This is Q Talk America.
The following broadcast contains adult humor, language, and topics, along with partial nudity. Actual knowledge is used sparingly. The show is a result of a lost bet and a bad game of rock, paper, scissors. It's The Show with Clayton McKee. And now, a man with a face for radio, Clayton McKee.
Well, good evening, everybody. 7 o'clock on the old atomic clock on the wall. This is Studio C. Now, Katie, let's wave. We have to wave at that camera. That is our only camera working right now in the studio. For some reason, I don't know why. Electronics are a funny thing.
Because it's a Tuesday.
I don't know. 2 weeks ago, it froze up on during the middle of the show, and I didn't tell anybody. And I thought, well, it'll work out. I'll fix it. No, didn't want it to work today either. So,
no, well,
fuck it.
Hey, camera in the
Don't
corner.
worry about it. So we have an overhead shot, but I can do things like add the super so you can see where we are. Hi, my name's Clayton McKee. This is Q Talk America. It's the show. We do it every Tuesday night. I'm sitting here in Studio C, as you can see from the camera shot if you're watching. It's only Katie and I. Marnie and Aaron are on their way. Al is out of town, but will be joining us at the top of next hour. He will be phoning in from the great beyond. I understand he's in P-Town, and he's seen a few of the
penises.
No. Well, I don't know, it's Al. Probably not, because he really could give two shits. I'm going to guess that he may have seen some upper echelon gays in the area. I know he ran into Amistad Maupin today. He
that's
did.
So
or
cool.
No, maybe it's that was yesterday. But I know Al. Al, he manages to work his way in and out of a lot of
cool
society.
situations.
Yeah, he does. So I'm sure when he calls in, he'll update us on what's going on with that.
Well, Gilbert Gamboa
Yes,
and
I know
Jess
him well. Yeah.
are also there, and they've
I didn't. That explains. I saw Al make a post about. I thought I saw you in the supermarket.
Oh yeah,
and I was like, okay, you're not even the same city. Okay, so they're there. I didn't realize. Okay, and is it Pride there? What is going on?
It must. I was literally, Clayton, thinking the same thing today, and I'm like, what's happening in P-Town that it's there? Because it certainly isn't Women's Weekend.
Okay,
that's for damn sure.
Yeah, because that involved dinosaur and golf, wouldn't it?
Lots and lots of men, right? And not quite so many men. So but it was funny because I saw Gilbert posting on these photos, and one of them was from a tea dance, and he said, "Oh, this is a tea dance at whatever boat slip, which is very East Coasty."
Right.
But I just was laughing because tea dance to me, and I could be way off base, but I was going
doesn't involve tea.
No, doesn't. Tea dances, but this is when I was really young, in my early 20s, and we were partying and just drinking a lot and partying, and it was the Sunday dance. Yeah, everyone's kind of hungover, and you go party anyway.
Right, it's you do a Sunday. You do a Sunday fun day to recoup from Saturday night, and it just rolls into an afternoon dance. Yeah. That's how I think of it.
I guess that makes sense because I guess I saw it a couple days ago, but it was just shirtless men from here to Kingdom Come.
You didn't see Al?
No, I did not.
Okay,
no.
well, you never know.
No,
back in the day, could have been out there.
Yeah, but it was. I mean, it looked. Holy shit, it looked fun.
It probably is. I'm not the dance type anymore.
Yeah.
But the social aspect of it, just the big, I can go I that's fine. I'm good with that.
It was just mobbed. I mean, every photo I'm seeing from anyone in P-Town, and by anyone I mean just Gilbert now, just guys everywhere. It looks really, really
I wonder
fun.
if there was only a way to look things up. Okay, let's see. P-Town Pride 2014 came up, and let's see when it is.
Right.
It looks like it was. No, it couldn't have been earlier in the year.
I wonder if it was. Well, it has to be June or July. I mean, it must be happening around now. But and then I didn't know if it was some.
Why would they? Because they wouldn't do it there in the winter. That would make no sense. And besides, Pride season is these
summer.
months.
So I wondered too, though, if it might be a unspoken men's weekend, kind of like the women's weekend.
It could be.
Women just kind of know when to go.
I'm looking right now, and I don't see anything that specifies this week.
Well, we'll have to remember to ask Al.
It just says that the height of the buzz is summer, obviously, especially July and August in P-Town. But there is such a year-round presence of predominantly mows.
Yeah, well.
There.
It got me thinking then, I wonder what the gayest city in North America is.
The gay city?
Yeah. If you had to look up,
you would think it would be San Francisco, but I have a feeling that it's not.
I don't think it is. I mean, when we go there, the Castro district.
Sure.
But San Francisco is so business oriented as well, and new young money yuppie families, and old money families and hippy dippies. I just is so diverse there.
Hippy dippy. That's the second time since you've been here today you've used hippy dippy.
It is.
I feel like, are you channeling George Carlin somewhere? Because he used to have a
Maybe.
character, the hippy dippy weatherman. I don't know where you're getting
Perhaps.
it. 2014, the gay. Now Google is our friend, and for those of you listening, I'm sure since you found our show and we are on the interwebs, you can probably find Google too. The 2014 gayest cities in America. Now let's see what if they have an actual list. Okay, well, it starts out number 15. We're going to run through the 15. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania would be number 15. Okay, stop. Just stop. Whatever advertisement. How do you make this thing
Stop popping up.
I hate pop-ups. They
Me
drive me
too.
fucking crazy. And now that we have the fastest internet in the world here now. Yeah, unfortunately.
They're coming at you
faster and faster. Yeah. Oh, and now I have to suffer through this. Hang on. I have to watch the ad. 3,
that's
2,
the pits.
1. Christ on a cross. Get over it.
Yeah.
This is brutal. All right, so go back. So 15th is Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, followed by Long Beach, California.
Okay, well, that's
beautiful, fun.
that makes sense.
And they have a great pride.
And that's
fun
what
pride.
I've always heard, that their pride's one of the best in the whole West Coast.
I've actually not been to
Me
it.
neither.
Victoria London goes every year. They actually request her, and she comes and hosts a bunch of stuff for them.
And I also will say Long Beach Pride and Phoenix Pride are really great reciprocal cities. They do a lot of work together.
That's true. They bring their float every year to our...
Yeah.
In fact, they travel... That float, I guess they travel everywhere, too, because
Drive it
I've
all
seen
over.
it in the Palm Springs. I want to say I've seen it in... Well, it's not West Hollywood. That's not a far drive for them. But anyway, the Palm Springs people they're fantastic.
Yeah, we love our Long Beach.
Number 13, Orlando, Florida.
Okay.
Then they go number 12, Rochester, New York.
Oh, that seems weird.
11 on the list. I would think it would be higher. San Francisco. You'd think it'd be higher.
Right?
Arlington, Virginia, number 10. Number 9, Oakland, California.
Because no one can afford to live in San Francisco anymore.
So they move across the
to
river.
Oakland.
Right. Now, here's one I would not have thought of. Now, these are the gayest cities in America. The 2014 poll of the gayest cities. Number 8, Salt Lake City.
Wow.
You wouldn't think that. I would never think that.
No way.
Number 7, Madison, Wisconsin. Who'd have ever thought that?
So random.
Now, St. Louis, Missouri comes in at number 6.
Okay.
Which is kind of surprising to me. Again, coming from Missouri, my home state. Number 5, Atlanta, Georgia, which I was just talking to you about. I'm going to Atlanta the first week in August for work for 3 days. So, programming note, we will not have a show on August 5th, that Tuesday, because I won't be here and nobody else knows how to push these buttons.
Clayton will be in Hotlanta.
Hotlanta,
with
yeah.
apparently
the fifth gayest city in the continental United States. Number 4, Cambridge, Massachusetts. Never really been there.
Wow.
I've never been there, not thought much about it.
Yeah. Me neither.
Number 3, Seattle, and they have a huge gay population. I do know of that. Number 2, Pasadena,
Wow.
California, and rounding out the number 1 gayest city in America
Is
Washington D.C.
Stop it! Washington
crazy.
D.C. A lot of gay political staffers. That is true.
Yeah, that you
Lot
know,
of
and I think a lot of
staffers.
people would be surprised to find that out. That in the inner workings of the government, you would be surprised how
my God.
many there are that are they're just doing their job and they're not championing anything. They're doing.
But Republicans and Democrats, I mean, just
alike.
all
Yeah.
over.
For all the Republicans out there that think you don't have it in your own backyard,
They're working. They're running the country.
They're running your backyard,
Yeah.
and they're designing it, and they're decorating it, and they're making sure your wives all look good to go to all the fucking dinners you go to. Trust.
So true.
The world doesn't survive without Moe's. Trust.
You know, I'm surprised that 2 cities on that list, Provincetown, surprised that wasn't there.
right.
And also Key West, a really gay, friendly
Palm Springs too.
Palm Springs.
But it is a lot more. It's just so much smaller. I'm guessing.
Yeah, maybe
'Cause
that's
Palm
why.
Springs is pretty quaint.
Right. Also, Provincetown and Key West. All really small.
Also smaller
and I
towns.
bet you that information too comes from the census.
I'll tell you where it comes from.
as opposed to just like, these cities are awesome and gay and fun.
Now this is it's from about.com is where that came up from. Let's see if there's anything. Oh, I'm sorry. Wrong. I was the wrong site. This is advocate.com.
Oh.
Advocate. And let me
it
see
has
if
to
there
be
is
census.
a.
Because like you think of somewhere like, I don't know. I guess I just don't think of like Cambridge maybe having like a real hoppin' gay nightlife, but maybe it is.
Okay, here are some of the criteria for this. For example, LGBT elected officials. There's 1 point for city officials, 1/10 of a point for state officials. So they actually there's a scoring that they do for this. Also, lesbian coupled households.
Yep.
There's 1 point or a fraction of a point for % of the population comprised of lesbian coupled households. You get 1 point for each gay rodeo association that is within each city. 1 point for each bar listed in the Out Magazine's 200 best bars. So you get a point for that. Women's colleges, 1 point for each women's college, and then also for concerts, you get a lot of you get points for each of the good concerts that go there.
Interesting.
It says the raw score is divided by the population to provide a ranking based on the per capita LGBT quotient, is what they say.
Well,
again, so I mean, you may have other cities that you think are gayer and deserve to be more in it. And
Phoenix, damn it,
we have a pretty big.
We have a great gay community.
Yeah, gay community, pretty damn big pride. And in fact, I don't even know It seemed like years ago I heard that we were like the 5th or 6th largest pride in the U.S., but I don't know where we are anymore.
I would say by a number that turns out to our festival. Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah, and this year was a huge outpouring.
I told you 2 weeks ago my parents accidentally ended up at London Pride. And
yes, you did.
They loved it. First of all, they loved it. And when they said they got out, they came out. It was in the Trafalgar Square area.
Oh, they came out. That's good.
Ta-da! I have gay parents. So it was in the Trafalgar Square area. They came out of the subway, and they couldn't even walk across the street
because it was so packed.
Because it was so packed. And my dad said, he goes, it was nothing like I've ever seen before. When he went to the HRC dinner, he thought he was around a lot of gays.
Oh, but he was an overkill.
My God. They were just my parents were just, I think they really loved it.
Oh, I'm sure.
But they said, they were like, Katie, you can't even imagine how many gay people there were. It was just amazing. They were everywhere.
They're gays and their allies. I mean, the whole street isn't full of just
no. But the parade, according to my parents, went on for miles, and it was like, you've been to San Francisco parade where it's 6-7 people deep,
right,
all the way down. And they said it was like that. And London Pride, my folks stumbled across 2 weeks ago when they were there.
For those of you watching, you just saw that Aaron and Marnie have just made their way to the studio. Hi, girls.
Hi.
I feel quite.
Oh,
very cute.
They were my
and gel.
Yeah.
I love the
totes.
Adorbs.
I feel like I'm going to be very outnumbered this week.
When you called and asked if I could be here,
it's two guys and two girls.
That's what I said. I go, that's a lot of estrogen, and Martin goes, not more than normal.
Well, yeah,
it's all the same.
Actually, you're a little lower than Al.
Yeah.
When it comes to that.
With estrogen or in height.
If you need to move that mic down, feel free to. Because apparently Al's a little taller than you, which is surprising to all of us to find out.
Maybe I should move the chair up.
Oh, you can't. I don't think you can. I think it's done.
Just kidding.
Yeah, there's that. So hold the base, turn that.
Honey, I'm happy to see you.
I'm happy to see you too.
Down.
Although I feel like I really missed out. Although you were in for me the last time, but I do feel like I missed out on a really good time.
Last time I was here?
Yeah.
Well, I was schnockered.
Yeah.
With
No.
the first 70 minutes, I did a whole bottle of wine by myself.
Yeah.
Of the homemade Manischewitz.
No, that was a whole bottle after.
Yeah, that was
mashup.
after.
Oh, perfect. Good.
Good time though.
Yeah, good time.
Yeah.
I love it.
I haven't listened back to that show. Have you?
No, I'm good.
Yeah, whenever I drink too much, I intentionally don't listen back.
It's waiting on my iPod.
Well,
where
aren't
it is
they
every
all?
week.
Yes.
No, I think it's going to get ignored.
Before we continue on, I want to say hello to Meow Cal and Harrison and Richard and Steven,
guys.
all in the chat room. I don't think I've missed anybody. No, I think I pretty much got everybody about that.
Vancouver, they're saying, is in the top 5. We were just talking about the most gay cities in America because we're talking, Al's.
But that's according to Richard, that's a Canada list only.
Oh, okay, got it.
Then,
but
yes.
I would imagine Vancouver's pretty gay and fabulous.
Before you two got here, we went through, for lack of anything else to talk about, really. We went through the advocate.com's top 15 gayest cities in the United States 2014, and we just went through them, and all the Provincetown, where Al is right now, is not on it. Is not one of the
Isn't
cities.
that Lesbian Central?
No,
Yeah, that's what we thought.
I thought Gay Man Central.
Well, it is Gay Man Central right now.
Yeah.
But
Right.
according
According
to
to
about
the-
a month,
the
isn't it
Facebook.
but then doesn't it turn into Lesbian Fest crazy?
Oh God, does that sound awful?
I don't know, but I did go to
I
Women's
agree.
Weekend once there.
That's what
and
I'm
it
talking
was
about.
real
UPS trucks
fucking
will be
awesome.
everywhere.
Crazy.
It was really, really, really fun.
I don't know.
Who wears the pants?
For those of you
I don't know.
wondering,
Where do I work?
Al Perkins he will be with us in a little while. He's going to call in at the top of the second hour.
He doesn't trust me.
No, it's not that. He
kidding.
has apparently things to contribute still from the beyond. But he claims we did a phone test earlier today. He claims that he's only going to be on for 10 to 15 minutes. He says. So we'll see how that works out.
Well, I don't really have many stories because I knew he was calling in.
Yeah,
So
but he's not calling in for the whole time.
Well,
But we'll see.
has
We'll
enough.
see.
we'll see. I have stuff.
He
Don't
might
worry.
be chatty when we get a hold of him or when he calls in.
Because he'll have been drinking.
Well, probably
A
so.
little bit.
Because what is it, 10:15 there?
Yeah.
So he's going to join us at 11 o'clock
Yeah.
their time. Where he's been running around stalking, almost mopping, and drinking. So I'm sure it's pretty good for him. But anyway, for those of you joining us again, thank you. We did miss last week, and program note, we will be gone again on the 5th of August, that Tuesday. So mark that down on your calendars. What you need, Martin?
That?
What, that? Oh, the charger? Yeah. Lots of things charging up in this old studio here. We got things happening and going. I feel ill prepared. I was telling Katie because I was, one of those things where I was an overachiever today, and how many things I could actually accomplish in a day.
You an overachiever?
I know, and I woefully missed it. Woefully missed it. So I got a couple good things accomplished, but here I am. We're gonna make it work. Oh, and by the by, I told Katie we only have one camera. The overhead camera is all we got this week.
So that's our peeps.
That's it. That's all you got.
Exciting.
That's all we got.
Good times.
Yes.
Hi,
So,
Richard.
Katie,
Yes, I have enough wine and other things.
How's I'm a guy? I mean llama.
Oh my god! Because last week I
That
had
was
2 weeks ago.
ridiculous.
Llama guy. Yeah, I forgot.
Martin's littlest dog, Patty Hearst, was in. Had to have some teeth stuff, yes, or something. I don't remember. But she was coming out of anesthesia, so I missed part of the show. And I come back home and I get in the chat room. I'm like, why the fuck is everybody llama guy and llama girl? What is that? And then she later
Because of
explained
Meow
it.
Cow.
I'm a guy. I'm a girl.
And
Yeah,
Clayton
I got
loves
it.
to look up and be like, well, now what is she? And I'm he.
Yeah.
Every time. And so he put, I'm a guy.
Yeah.
Meow cow
And
llama guy.
it looks like llama guy.
Llama guy.
It really did look like llama.
It does.
And then
Oh, it was
Harrison llama girl.
fantastic,
And
llama girl.
Yeah.
It was a lot. And it was fantastic.
Llama City.
And I loved it.
Llama City.
Yes.
Llama City.
Yes. Alpaca.
So let's go back to our
Carl.
Oh, I found a new where'd it go? A sound I'm gonna add. I'm gonna add to our sound list. I'm gonna add this to our sounds. Oh, it's still playing that. I didn't realize it was playing that. Hang on. Stop. That's our on hold music. I forgot about that. I'm gonna add this to our sounds of things.
Really favorite sound effect.
I am sure that there's absolutely no copyright infringement.
No.
That sounds like a perfect
Do we think
Florida
that,
sound.
Do we think that Drew
every
Carey's
time.
listening?
Oh, it's not Drew that I'm worried about. It's Bob Barker.
Bob Barker
Is he still alive?
Yes,
yeah.
90.
And feisty
Is he
as
on
ever.
the death then?
Maybe he should be.
Oh, that's a good one. We should probably put him in there somewhere. We'll have to get to that.
How did I miss the time that Buddy Early got put on the death then?
I did too.
He's neck and neck with Pat Robertson. Buddy Early sent me a text the other day. Or no, it was a post on Facebook. Funny. He missed me at there was an event that happened over this past weekend. He's like, well, I missed running into you at this XYZ. Total tongue in cheek because he knew goddamn good and well I wasn't going to be there. So I responded, sorry. His response was, oh, I see.
Oops, sorry.
Katie June, you said you had a bunch of stuff that you could catch up, or what you've been doing. What happened?
I do. So a few different things. One of them on the way over here, I saw. So Kelly and I are looking at getting a new car for me by the end of the year.
Really?
And
Why? What's wrong? You have a Honda. It'll never die.
But it literally sounds like a jet plane. It is so fucking loud, and I wouldn't care. Aside from the fact that I just do a lot of freeway driving.
Sounds like a jet plane from the exterior or inside.
Inside while I'm driving.
That's how mine is too.
I wonder
is it a Honda?
No,
mine
she's
is
a
a
good
window
lesbian.
issue. I have a Subaru, but it's just the idea.
Oh, I want a Subaru.
Oh, it's lovely.
Yeah, I
love
really
it.
actually want one.
Did you take the Sub on your vacation?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we'll get back because I know you have a lot to tell us about that. I'm sure.
Yeah.
So,
Stalked your photos.
So you drive a Honda
So I
Jet.
drive the Honda Jet, and I really want a Bronco. I was just thinking that on the way over here. What do you guys think? Like an old school Bronco, like a bitchin'.
First of all,
like a big old
Ford. No, I'm going to say no right out of the gate. I'm going to say no to you for two.
Found on road dead. Yeah, I had one in college.
And I don't
that
care.
actually happened.
That's not it to me. That's not it at all for me. Number here's the thing is, you're gonna freak out about economy. Number one. I could give two shits. I'd still drive my '78 Lincoln Town Car if I could find it.
Yeah.
Because that motherfucker used a lot of gas. A lot.
That's actually true.
All
They
my
are
Cadillacs
gas
and Lincolns
guzzlers.
all used a lot of gas. But I didn't care. But they rode like a dream.
Yeah.
But you're going to freak out about fuel economy, number one. Number
That's
two, it doesn't have all of the safety shit in it that you're going to want because you've already
That's
got
the only thing.
You got one kid and you're
Found on the road dead. Found on road dead. Is that what she said?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna put Palmer in the back seat.
right.
Yeah.
So you're not going to
So sexy though, you know.
you're not going to want one
so
for
funny.
that's the second thing. Number
Yeah.
3 is
Yeah.
if there is any kind of a repair, I'd say no to you. You're not that girl. You're not that girl. It's like Al shouldn't have a lawn because Al's not that person.
Girl. He's not that girl.
He almost shouldn't have a house, but because he's not a house fixie person.
Right.
I mean, like Marnie knows very well. You know, obviously.
For fuck's sake. Well, she knows because of me too.
Right.
Yeah.
If you own a house, or depending on your rental situation, even you're responsible for these things. I don't think that vehicles are good for you because
you're
I know they
probably right.
don't make new ones. Now you could get a newer Escape. Or another Escape, yeah, that's the French. You could get a newer SUV. There's no problem with that.
Yeah.
But I don't think an older Bronco.
I saw one on the way over here. It was really sexy, and I wanted to bring that up.
You could get one that's dead on the side of the road, tow it back to your house, and then that could be your play car. You could sit in it, pretend to drive.
But it did happen to me. Like it died on the side of the road one night while I was out to the bar, and
What did?
my Bronco. I used to have a Bronco too.
That was a horrible excuse for a Bronco.
Oh, but I loved it so
downsizing.
so much.
I feel like all the rednecks at my high school drove Broncos.
in
The
the
full
mid-90s.
size?
Yeah, I think that's totally
Yeah.
appropriate.
Yeah.
Stimulating
ones
talk radio.
The
for,
ones with Confederate flags on
what?
the back
Oh,
of them.
fuck that.
Well, mine died.
Harrison, the first thing Harrison says is Broncos get terrible gas mileage. Well, no shit.
Yeah, mine
They really do.
died on the side of the road, and I was on my way out to the bar on a Saturday night, and some guy. This is like pre-cell phone. Like I didn't have a cell phone at this point.
My God, were there candles? How did you
It
light
was-
your way around?
I know, right? So some guy pulls over, and he comes up to the car holding out a picture of in his wallet because people still had like pictures in their wallets
Sure.
of
Of
his
what?
2 young daughters, and he walks up to me with these 2 pictures of his daughters, and he's like, "I'm not a mass murderer. These are my children. I'm pulling over to be like helpful to you, And he was
that's
very
funny.
nice.
Sure.
And he said, and he goes, "Can I help you? Can I give you a ride somewhere?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm actually headed to the bar down the road." Yeah, that's not a lie. He took me to the bar.
Oh my God,
I
that's
left a
great.
note on my car that
Conveniently,
said,
it wasn't his
"Please-"
weekend to have
No,
the kids.
I know. It said, "Please do not tow. I'll come back with my dad tomorrow." And I did. And we towed it home. But
Wow.
yeah, it actually
That's
died on the side of the
So
road.
how did you get home from the bar?
Old friends.
New friends, old friends.
it doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
no,
Guys
I
came
was
back and
meeting.
got her.
I was,
Oh.
Maybe
no,
stayed.
I was
Besties.
going to meet my friends out, so I just,
Sure.
I was like 21, so I didn't care about the car as much as I cared about
Drinking.
going to meet my friends at the bar.
Sure.
I
Was he
still
cute?
feel that way.
Yeah,
Was he cute?
I don't remember.
That's
yeah,
sad.
I don't. He was
Wah,
not
wah,
my. I just.
Oh, I
went to
should,
the
yes.
bar. Yeah.
Bum, bum, bum.
Wow.
So my other news is that I just got an email today about Palmer starting preschool.
Oh.
Wow.
Preschool orientation.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
Because she's not going to be home with you.
that's true.
You're going to
But-
think of the free time.
All the
I
time
know.
to drink.
But
Well-
I mean, she goes to school from 8 a.m. to noon, so maybe.
Yeah. Where's she going to go?
Madison traditional.
Good.
Yeah.
Love it.
So I'm excited.
I'm going to try to get a job in Madison next year.
So where
exciting.
is the school? Oh, maybe I should ask that. How close is the school to home?
Yeah. Oh, it's very close. It
Okay.
is. It's very close. But they have uniforms.
Because I realized I was going to
I
ask
know.
specifically where this school was.
Let me tell you where my daughter's going to be spending every day
Yes.
without me. Yes.
Let me give all kinds of info.
Close.
Yeah.
My home address.
What do you think about uniforms? School uniforms.
You know,
For
it's-
staff
it's-
or just kids?
well,
Kids
and that's
for the students.
But then, would you expect the teachers to abide by them too?
I don't know. I haven't thought of it.
Here's the bottom line: as a teacher, I wouldn't mind uniforms unless they made me tuck my shirt in, and then fuck that shit.
Yeah.
So if I could wear, and that.
Okay, Norma Ray, get
Richard-
up on that union stand.
Richard just asked, "Don't you drink already?" From 8 to noon, but
I mean, generally.
Rude.
Yes, generally.
sometimes.
But
I don't know. I think uniforms, depending on where you are, they could be very helpful in leveling playing fields.
that's what my thought was.
And you can still put on like sparkle shoes.
Right. And cute hair and
Uh-huh.
fun stuff.
And can I add a little bit to your uniform thing?
Yeah.
easiest thing in the world every day. Get up
That
and you just
is
know what you're
true.
gonna
Yeah,
be.
especially for
Yeah.
a girl, like to just like
It's the same goddamn
But
thing.
it really did
Right.
make a difference. Like I vividly remember being in 6th grade and not having Guess jeans and being like really horrified that I was going to school without Guess, and it made like it like without even intentionally doing so, it puts you in a place
Does totally.
in your school.
Totally.
So I don't know. I think
And-
it'll be interesting.
It also helps because girls dress like hooches now.
Right. So
that
these are
helps
all
for
they
that
have
too.
to from now
good
through
point.
her
I mean,
8th grade
super
year.
hooches.
It is collared shirts
Yep.
with sleeves and skirts that are past your fingertips,
Or shorts that are past your
Or
fingertips.
shorts that are
or
past-
pants.
Oh,
Oh, I think they should all do a pantsuit.
that's right,
Yeah.
or
Oh.
pants, or
then again-
onesies for the
Like
girls.
giant ones or what?
Skirts or
Okay.
or no, like overall, like skirt.
Okay,
things.
all right,
Yeah.
all right.
And,
It's a
and
whole
have
thing.
like hay and a,
Oh,
and a
yeah.
banjo,
Yeah,
But also
right.
plaid skirts,
Banjo
which
optional.
is so cute.
That is cute.
If
That
there's
is cute.
funding for a music program,
Absolutely,
yes,
good
we'll
call.
have a banjo.
Okay.
Now,
So-
whose hand, whose
Ding, ding,
whose
ding,
fingers,
ding,
like,
ding,
you know, it
ding,
has
ding.
to be this many fingers.
Her
Like,
own.
what if they're very, very small and they smell like
Well,
cabbage?
except then,
Principal Fat Fingers has to
except
do
then
it.
they get to, well, then
you have
she's
a
gonna
very
get
short
Principal
skirt.
Fat Fingers is gonna get fired for touching the students.
Yeah, good call.
Just do it from. You have to have a piece of saran wrap between. I don't know something.
Is that like
Put
a
paper.
condom-ish kind
But then
of
you get this
safe-
shit
safe
in middle
grabbing?
school. I have really long arms. I have really
Yeah.
long fingers. Then buy longer shorts.
Yeah,
No one wants to
then
see your
suck
ass.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
buy shorts that are.
I have
Or
so
pass.
many times used that excuse.
Yeah. A lot.
I said never.
Yeah, I know. I know. Well, me too, because I tend to show off my ass so frequently.
Yeah.
So I have to ask you guys. So I have another something kind of serious that I need to just ask your opinion
Absolutely.
about. Okay, and this is entirely hypothetical. Let's say
Let me pour a cocktail.
that you are a
Perhaps.
person who has
Oh.
a job.
You
over
are
here.
a person that has a job.
You're-
This is a
I am.
revelation.
I was going to ding for that one too.
Wait a minute. I have to, hold on.
Oh, stand by.
Go ahead.
Okay. Just wanted to get up to speed.
I did. I'm processing. I'm
And this
got
is like for everyone in the chat room. Like I'm really looking for. I mean, my friend is really looking for advice
Right.
here.
Hypothetically. Hypothetically.
As a friend.
I know a gay guy in his mid 40s, but it's not me.
It's totally just a
Not
friend.
me.
So
Not me.
Okay, so a friend of mine had this job A,
Job A. I'm gonna write this down.
was fine.
Job A.
going really well, like no complaints, great schedule, things were fine.
Sure.
Plus, 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 plus.
Job B comes along
Ooh.
and says, hey, I have this really exciting new opportunity for you. What do you think? And my friend took job B and ended up like kind of staying with both jobs.
Oh.
Kind of doing both.
I think
'cause
this
they were
friend
both.
took job B when I bought this shirt. The day I bought this shirt.
Oh, that's that. Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't even think you guys know each other.
I've never
Wait, no.
met her. I'm just thinking it's that.
Yeah.
Thing.
So you take job B, like it's something like exciting and new. Although you had no complaints over here
Yeah.
at job A, but it was like something kind of new and exciting.
Sure.
So you start job B. You may or may not have some like job change regret, which according to the internet and my friend is a thing.
Oh,
But you haven't left job A.
No, she's
both
not
jobs,
going anywhere.
Both jobs are
Her
happening.
friend.
This is my friend.
I
Yeah, both
understand that.
jobs are still
No,
happening.
no, but I'm saying-
on a
Oh,
very
You as
In
a
jo-
as the
right, right, right.
hypothetical
Collective,
person in
okay,
this
all
group,
right.
you
Yep,
may or
yep,
may
yep,
not
yep.
really
on
know.
like a both are like very part-timey basis, hourly. That's so it's okay.
Yeah.
Does A know about B and B know about
Both.
A? Oh
Yeah.
my
Okay,
god!
all right.
Yeah, they
Okay.
both know about each other,
No
and
cheating.
both are fine. There's no cheating. There's
Good.
nothing under the rug. Everything's in the open.
Oh, there's rugs
So
involved.
you kind of start job B. She kind of started job B, and she's like really excited, but it just didn't feel super right.
Okay.
Right, which is a normal thing. Like you gotta give it some time and get
it takes
entrenched.
time to adjust.
Job A comes back and says, "Please don't leave. We'll give you a humongous raise." And pay all of your benefits
I
for
know.
you and your hypothetical child.
Done.
And we'll guarantee you
And
like
you
X,
weren't-
Y, and Z.
And
Now,
you weren't
if
under-
there are
they're-
hypothetical
if
children
they're-
involved in
If they
this.
are buying a Bronco,
Oh,
two, then I say yes. But if they're not, fuck that.
So here's the thing. You have like you're emotionally tied to both.
Yep.
Sure.
You made a
Because
commitment
probably
to
both
job B
good
and now
causes.
you have egg on your face. Like you're going to look like a fucking dick.
you're a cook somewhere then.
Yep.
Unless for job B, someone else could do it part time, but not during standard working hours because things happen outside working hours, and then
It's
I
too
could do that
much
job.
because job
Okay.
A wants you to be
I'm
put in more
gonna-
time than part time
I'm
now.
gonna need
The
a
job
flow chart.
Got
Job A had a someone left, another staff member
Sure.
at job A left, and so they
Hypothetically
really
left or really left?
really left because he got a really great law school scholarship.
Oh.
Yeah, so he had to go, and everyone gets it and understood. But like they need they need my friend to step up a little bit more, and they're willing to pay my friend
Copious amounts.
handsomely
Oh.
to remain and still not be full time, but like be more than 20 hours and just be really
Which
committed.
hypothetically, the person may have a child starting preschool, so hypothetically, there's 4 more hours in a day that hypothetically
How
the
much
person.
more
it's gonna be really-
hypothetical can
Yeah,
this
it's
be?
gonna be really
Really
great.
be the
Just
drinking
interject.
word already. Everybody's
Hypothetically.
drinking. Hypothetically,
The B job goes to this one, and then your friend takes that A job because B job can be filled.
Yeah.
Your friend did a lovely job for that period of time.
Yeah.
But
People are
it's
going to be
very
mad at
okay.
her.
People are going to be mad. Then
People
they're
are gonna
going to
get
get
over
over
it.
it. And the person
People
who
are
takes
gonna get over it. I
this
like
might
it.
be hard for the hypothetical person because it was something I ate crow on a
I
long
think
time
you're
ago.
gonna say it. Me
Is
too.
that somebody else that can
Painful.
give it? It is painful, but can either give more or do
Oh,
it
definitely give more.
differently, but can and do a different job. But hey,
Can I ask a question? May I just?
You and you may.
yes.
Is I have to refer to my notes.
Yes.
Excuse me. Job B, was this a retail job?
Job B. No.
no.
Got it. Shocker. I thought it was because you made a comment in regards to how it could have been filled, like
Yeah.
or somebody else could have filled it. I thought, well,
No.
if it's retail, fuck that. There are 1,700 people.
Oh, very similar industry. Heart is in both places. But
shit.
really, Job B is a really, really, really amazing place. But I just,
not a hooker.
but
We're not
Job
talking about a
A
hooker, are we?
is just
Well,
really wants to
place.
keep her, and so they're like,
bum,
we'll basically we'll give you what you want, and we'll give you what you want to stay.
When you talk benefits and you talk pay going up in
Raise.
that
Significant.
To turn it down because someone might be upset with you for a short period of time and they're going to get over it, it's okay.
And it's not like this person doesn't like job A.
right,
And that's the bottom.
There's a lot of pluses to job A. I counted them. Right there.
Yes, see,
Yeah.
lots of pluses.
I'll have to tell her.
What's most important? Being happy in your work, yes. And it sounds like both. Provide happiness.
Uh-huh.
So then
I
what's
think job
second?
A is
Paying your fucking
more
bills.
happy.
Well,
Okay.
then there's no
Yeah,
question.
that's
then
a
there's
huge
no
thing.
question.
If anybody that's going to be mad about this is going to step up and pay this hypothetical person's bills, well, then they can. they
When
have a
Job
dog in
B
it. But other than
started
that, no.
and she went back to when Job B started and it was like really exciting and like
New,
some hours
shiny,
were being spent
sparkly,
there,
right.
And then after about a month or so she went back to Job A
Yeah.
to put some hours in, and like her heart was just like, oh my god,
I'm
this
home.
is just where I want to be.
Sure.
No question.
Done.
Follow your heart.
And
And like the pot at the end of the rainbow.
yeah, no shit.
It's just hard, right?
I don't even know what to do with them right now. It is. It's hard. It's
like
because
a
you're
real-
letting somebody
like,
down.
she may or may not have been losing sleep at night. It's just like may
Now,
or
wait a
may not
minute,
be
wait a minute.
causing her a
Has
stomach
she
ulcer.
not just been diagnosed with something though, and maybe that's
Yeah, so
what
she
that
sleeps during the
is?
day
Okay,
instead.
I wanted to make sure.
I'm
She needs to take care of herself.
I'm going to say that for this person, that she probably needs to do this.
Looks like it's back to the
Well played.
Back to
Yeah.
the perfume.
Well, I will
can.
say that my friend appreciates all the
Yeah.
input. Thank
Is
you.
this friend a hypothetical listener to our hypothetical show?
She may or may not.
Sometimes, actually, I think
Way to
sometimes she
almost
listens,
commit.
Sometimes she does not.
Good God.
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyway, that's what's happening in my neck of the woods.
Yay!
Thank you, Katie Roker.
That's awesome.
Now, you two, this is going to be a collaborative effort because you two, I heard that Ron Lindblad found or ran into you in a restaurant in Flagstaff.
When we were in
Oh my
Flagstaff,
God,
it was
so
awesome.
funny.
Ran into you there
Yes.
because I saw him last night.
Yeah, it
Yes.
was fantastic.
It was.
And then you went from you didn't plan on being at Pride in Flagstaff. You just happened to be there at the same time.
At the same time,
And then
yep.
you came back down the mountain and you took
Perfect
off.
trip.
And
Yeah, it
you
really
went
was.
to the West Coast, or
Yes,
some people call it the
wine,
left,
beachy,
the left
beachy.
coast.
The left coast.
And you posted a lot of pictures.
We
of,
sure did. This one did.
Happiness.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Lots
It
of
was
stuff.
very fun.
Good times.
Yeah.
It was very fun.
I have to say, this one, I don't know if anybody's noticed, she has some OCD issues. I don't know if anybody's ever noticed that.
How do you think we're related?
I know it. I know it.
That's a good point.
And
a real good point.
and she's when we started dating, she wouldn't go into a pool without water shoes. Her own fucking pool without water shoes.
I forgot about that. But yeah.
Oh yeah.
true.
We went in Oak Creek.
Uh-huh.
She went all the waist high in Oak Creek where there were fish in the water.
Yes, there are.
Scared the shit out of me.
And
Not gonna
she
lie.
went
How do
in
you
the
think the fish
ocean,
felt?
right? And she went in the ocean without
Yes.
water shoes up past her
Wait,
waist.
you walked around with no shoes on?
I know. I'm so
Yeah.
proud of her, and it was so fun.
It was dark and there were blind
so
people
fun.
everywhere.
Yeah, it was
Everywhere.
so fun. Yeah.
It was like a Helen Keller reunion.
So you were safe.
I was like, hey guys, I'm over here. Hey guys.
Good. I didn't know we were going to get to Helen Keller
And then
jokes.
I realized that they couldn't hear me.
God, but you guys really like. So I didn't realize the Pride trip was unexpected.
Well, it wasn't
No.
unexpected. It just wasn't for Pride.
They didn't go
We
for
didn't
Pride.
plan to go for Pride.
Yeah.
Right. So we went up to Laura's restaurant, the
Right.
Hideaway House, which was
so
just
fun.
phenomenal.
I saw the picture of y'all on Facebook.
It was phenomenal. And then we came back, and it was within a week.
we had the
under a
4th of
week.
July. We came back on Sunday, and we left the following Sunday. We're home
Yeah,
for
we
4th
left
of July
on the 6th, and it was just really, it was pretty fantastic. We went to a place called The Cave where we had wine out of like
Did
a
you see
vending
that?
machine.
It was like
Oh my God!
wine
Yes,
out of.
yes. I saw you guys had lots of wine.
Oh, I had. lots of- so here's the way this cave thing
I'm
works.
not trying to point a finger.
You,
or anything, but
you pointed all of them. Hypothetically,
hypothetically, she had some wine.
you pre-purchase this card, and so they were like, "Well, if you
Sounds
spend if you put $50 on this card, they waive the $5 activation fee." Well done, $50.
Obviously, I'm gonna drink that.
Done.
much.
That's a savings.
And you can then you have this card, and you go and you put the little card in the slot, and then you pick from a wide variety of wines, and you either push 1 ounce, 3 ounces, or 5 ounces, and 5 ounces would be standard-ish, depending on who you are, glass of wine. But the ounces went from like 50 cents to $4 an ounce.
Wow.
or a couple
Holy
of them were
smokes.
12.
Yeah.
There were
I mean,
there were some that were
$7
12.
1 ounce.
Yeah.
And so
And
those
it
had
said-
big
So that's
signs.
like you just want a little taster,
Right.
You want to like have a
Well,
taste of
because
the good
otherwise
life.
And
you're
I
buying
tried
like
the
a
good life, and it
$90
sucked.
Really?
Yeah, I like the cheap shit. And then we get to like 10 minutes to closing time, and we still have $15
Yeah.
on this card. And keep in mind, these wines are like less than $1 an ounce. So I had to drink a lot.
Because you can't leave it on there.
Well, no, because you can't get your money back. And when's the next time we're going to be at
Next
the cave?
year.
That's a
That
good point.
is the coolest thing ever.
It really was. You walked up.
Wait, and where was it?
In
Ventura?
Sorry, I didn't mean to
Ventura.
cut you off.
Ventura,
You walk
California.
up. You walk up.
Ventura.
Yeah.
Yeah, like there was this like the whole center area. Well, there was probably 15 bottles of wine
Of red.
in the circle, and then you go over here, and it was the Chardonnays
Sweet whites,
and the
and then
Sauvignon Blancs,
And then, yeah.
and then the sweet over here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
cool.
you walk up, you're like,
I gotta
try
Google
that
it.
one.
And the best food that we had the whole time we were gone.
Yeah, it was really good. So anyway,
Called
just
The Cave.
very fun. We were in Ventura. We went up to Santa Barbara. When we pulled in to California, she wasn't aware of it, but I wanted to take her to Santa Monica to go on the Ferris wheel.
Oh, yeah,
We
the
have a-
pier.
Yeah.
It's fun. I've been there.
And we're Ferris wheel people.
Yep,
Yeah.
we are. And so
That's sweet.
but the freeways, a little bit crazy there.
It-
So because I
Driving
didn't
in
know where
LA
I was
is a
going,
whole new beast.
It really is. And because I didn't know, I was like, can you give me directions, please? So then she had to find, we're going to Santa Monica. And then when we got down, it was beautiful. It
It's
was
gorgeous.
very
Yeah, it is
fun.
gorgeous. Absolutely.
Yeah. So we did all of that and stayed in Palm Springs on the way back.
I saw that. That was kind of unexpected for
yeah,
you, wasn't
Very,
it?
because
You
we
guys had such a good
we
trip.
left
We did.
the day
really was.
the last full day we were supposed to be there. We went to the ocean, and I have said this a lot of times. The only way to describe it is violent. The water was violent. It was horrible currents. They had warning signs everywhere, and it was not beach day. And I was so disappointed. So then the next day we drove down to Malibu, like the Barbies.
Yeah.
And
Ghetto Barbie and
Ghetto-
white trash Barbie
Yeah.
over here. We were fine.
you figure out which is which.
Pork chop Barbie
And,
decided to go to the ocean with no shoes. Look, Ma, no shoes.
Pork chop.
So proud of you.
Okay.
But so
whatever.
then we spent way too long because it was so perfect. And
Yeah,
then I said,
it really
I don't want to
was.
drive until 2 a.m. I don't want to sleep while you drive until 2 a.m.
Yes,
So let's
no.
stop in Palm Springs. And it was fantastic. And we had a great time. Although, Marn likes to be friendly. I don't know if anybody's noticed that.
No, I've never noticed
But
that.
Marn likes to be friendly. And the first full day we were there, we were having lunch at this little grilled cheese shop.
Oh, God, yeah.
And she started
In
being
Ventura,
friendly.
in Ventura.
Yeah. She
Sounds
started.
delicious. What's it called? Because we Google grilled cheese
It's
shops.
called.
Andreas something. I can give you exactly. It's delicious.
Yum.
And it was really good. And then there's this older couple that's walking by, and we talked to the dog for a second because I talked to the dogs.
James Aloysius
Is the dog's name. James Aloysius.
Yeah.
Jimmy, for
Jimmy,
sure.
they call him.
Sure.
We ended up sitting with this
Totally
couple
normal.
for 2 hours. How old is Bill?
Bill was 95.
Yeah, he looked like he was 75.
Maybe.
He made me touch his abs.
Twice.
Aaron,
Wow.
Aaron, feel
Yeah.
this. Feel this. Feel that. Okay.
Ooh,
Kind
wow.
of creepy.
Still.
Anyway,
But okay.
2 hours, and then Marnie gave them her phone number because they wanted her phone number, and they called and wanted to have lunch again.
Yeah, but
it
the
was
thing
very
is, like,
sweet.
he's in sales. He was very persistent.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, for
95
Christ's sake, here.
goddamn years
Yeah,
old.
you're
What did he
95.
sell?
God bless you.
Yeah, what does he sell at 95?
well,
they
now-
have, oh my, pecan pie.
It's not pecan. Pecan's what you put under your
Pecans,
bed.
that's
He
right.
said.
A pecan
pecan.
pie.
Pecan.
A pecan. Got
Oh, a
it.
pecan.
Took a second.
Right, so it's
Took a
pecan.
second.
Anyway, they make pecan pies.
Okay.
Oh, my
And,
pecan pies.
Really quite good. I thought of you because they gave us one, Clayton, that had
I enjoy pecan pie. Pecan.
delicious, and
I
had
love
coconut on the
pecan.
top of it.
Oh,
It
which I
sounds like
also
something
like.
I wish we had
Really
right now.
quite delicious.
Oh, it's
So,
cherries.
And this is in Palm Springs.
Not the same thing. No.
This actually was when we were in Ventura.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And so they, but they were delightful, and
Yes.
so
I just bought some today.
Oh.
Their cherries are great right now.
Okay.
No, you don't want them?
No, I'm fine. I just didn't. I wasn't expecting fruit. To just show up.
Someone's gained a little.
anyway,
someone
it
gained a
was,
little weight on the trip.
Oh, okay. Well,
it was
Someone gained a little weight, not on a trip.
guilty party of one right there.
someone just stayed fat. So anyway, the only other thing that that I could think of was something that happened just the other day, Monday, and we were talking about
Yesterday?
yeah, it was
Okay.
yesterday. Jesus,
Oh, for
yeah.
fuck's
Seems
sake,
like
what are you
forever.
gonna say?
Sunday maybe. Anyway, so we're taking this test that I'm bringing in here for all of us.
Okay.
But that's something totally separate.
All right.
And this thing came up about Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
Okay. FDR for those of you paying
You
attention.
just said it
For
wrong,
short.
by the way. You just said it wrong because how I
have
said
it
it.
written
Delano,
down.
isn't
Delano.
it?
Franklin
Delano.
Delano Roosevelt. I have it written down that way, but I'm looking at this because I said, she said something like, "Who was the president during the Great Depression?" And I said, "Franklin Roosevelt."
I knew that. I was for
I
confirming.
said, and Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Aaron says, "Isn't it Delano Roosevelt?" I'm like, "No."
His wife.
That was Eleanor.
Eleanor was his wife, yes.
But
Eleanor
this is
Delano
Franklin
Roosevelt.
Delano.
And she was a
it was
looker,
one
too.
of my favorite.
Wasn't she though?
It was a hottie.
Oh my god, it was one of my favorite things. She's all like, "Isn't it?" No, it's not.
well, then I also hit
So-
myself in the face with her computer that night.
there was a lot, and her head on the bed. Just too much.
It's been.
You hit
and I was-
yourself in the
yeah, look, I
face.
saw a fat lip.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Poor little
Oh.
thing. Poor little thing. Watch the computers, folks. Watch the computers. Anyway, so the end. It was very
Okay,
fun.
that's it. All right, got it.
Clayton,
very fun.
how is
Mr.
your week?
McKee.
It's been busy, just dealing with humidity and the storms, And then it's always fun when, because you all know I have the company car, right? When it's one of those cars that everything on it, it's all electrical. Everything's electrical. Well, if there's any electrical screw up, like if a battery fails or alternator goes out, the car acts weird. Like all of a sudden windows don't roll up and lights just stay on and things
God.
so it's all screwed up. So now I'm waiting for the part to come in
Possessed.
so that can be repaired. So that was part of my week, which was exciting. This past weekend was Hell Freezes over at Charlie's, where they put in 16 tons
I saw
of
that.
shaved ice and make a snow slide.
Now, last year you posted some videos of the snow slide. I didn't see videos this year.
There were a couple. I honestly just didn't have time to do it. There were some posted of. Actually, a lot of people were taking videos and pictures, so
Oh,
I'm
were
sure in the
they?
next few days it'll pop up on Facebook.
See 'em, yeah.
But we
It's
did
such a cool thing.
4 hours from 10 to 2 a.m. 4 hours of just nonstop people climbing a little step stool to get to the top of the slide to ride a shitty inner tube down.
Yeah, but it looks so
it's-
fun.
It is
Yeah.
because people went over and over and over. The only thing that I missed from last year is when they built the slide last year. Somehow it worked out that there was sort of an area that. One of the Bacardi rum people gave us like 100 little inflatable beach balls.
Okay.
So we had all of those on the slide, and the fun part was that you came down the slide and tore apart the. Whoa! What happened? When you came down the slide, you tore apart all of the beach balls, which was kind of fun.
Right.
Well, this year we didn't have that, so. Anyway, it still worked out. It was a good time.
Fun.
But no, there was that. And then Mom, went up on Friday to help Mom trim up a tree.
Sure.
And it was the first time that I'd seen my mom be like, okay, we're done with the heat. I'm going inside. We're done. I'm over this. So, but we got the tree trimmed and she's going to figure out, what are you doing? You're very busy.
I'm very busy. I'm just moving ice.
You're moving ice. Does it need to be moved? I didn't realize we were moving ice. Funny. Anywho, but of course it's always a good week and busy.
So, but you went up with your mom.
Went up, Mom.
To trim
the tree on Friday. Got that all taken care of. Good times.
Okay.
Yeah. I always say that. I always think there's nothing that goes on, but I do a lot of different stuff, but I don't think anybody really cares about it.
Well, now
That's my thing. Why? Do you have something I forgot about?
no. You said today you were kind of crazy.
Yeah, because I was thinking I could overachieve and do so many more things. Yeah, but I got the one big thing done that I wanted to get done.
Okay.
Yeah, I rebuilt the house network today.
Oh,
Moved everything, built the network up on the wall, rewired a bunch of shit. So that was the big thing for the day that I was trying to get done, because
Very
it's
good.
leading up to the transformation of my office, which I'd made a decision today on who I want to help build it.
Okay.
Because a friend of mine, I don't know if you know, his name's Ruben Gonzalez here in town.
Yeah.
Does a lot of metal work.
Sure.
Does a lot of welding and art and bikes. In fact, he just did I don't know what it's called. It's called Life Ride, the one that goes from Cisco to LA.
Okay.
It's an AIDS fundraiser.
Oh, yeah.
Is it called Life
Life
Ride?
Cycle.
Nikki does that.
What's it called?
AIDS.
Is it Life Cycle? He just
Ride for Life, maybe
something like that. He just completed, but he's been a biker, and I mean, like a cyclist, a bicyclist for a long, long time. And he builds a lot of custom bikes and does it, but he does a lot of metal work. So I've decided that I'm going to have him build some metal brackets for my vision that I want to do for my new desk in the office, which is fun. The other thing that he does, he's all into retro Volkswagens. He's the one that has, like, he has a 1954 Beetle with like every accessory that was ever available in the day for it.
Cool.
And he continually redoes old VWs, which is very cool. He's a super nice guy and very artistic and creative. So, I mean, that was just the decision I came to today as I was working in my office here in the house, and I decided what I was going to do and how it was going to come together.
Nice.
So that's that.
That's good. When does that start?
When did which part?
When does that start?
I don't know. I have to talk to Ruben.
Okay.
Ruben, I have to reach out to him, and I probably have to bring him over here and show him what I want, because my envision is almost like a floating desk. Like there's no legs to the floor.
Oh, that's cool.
It's all just So I've got to figure out a couple things and decide. Hey, I'm sure. It's going to cost something to have him weld steel together.
Probably.
Yeah. So I got to figure out that. But that's my. Because I want
That'll be cool.
I want to get rid of my big desk that I have out there and do some streamlining for all that stuff.
Are you going to get rid of that?
Yeah, I do. I want to get rid of it, but I'm pretty sure I can sell it and make some.
I think so.
I think I can actually sell that and pay for what I'm going to have done.
Oh, good.
For the big desk that's out there.
Good.
Very
I'm
cool.
hopeful. We'll see.
That's
we're
very
all hopeful.
cool.
So many
I
things.
like it.
So
I
many
like
things.
it.
I have a few headlines. I'm not as prepared as I should be.
Right.
This is totally going to be off the cuff.
I like it.
We'll figure it out as we go along. By the way, Al Perkins is going to be calling in the top of the hour to give us not only our drinking word, but he's also going to do a little bit of entertainment and hypothetically and tell us what's going on over in P-Town. We'll be back with headlines and other fun stuff right after this.
You're listening to Q Talk America.
If you think it sucked so far, just wait till after this 30-second dance break.
This is the Q Talk America Radio Network.
Here we go with some headlines, and we're very ill prepared for this. I'm going to tell you right now. It's Q Talk America on a Tuesday night. Why is this woman eating dog food for 30 days?
Can you be arrested if you have a drug-addicted baby? Not funny. It's a good concept.
Republican abstinence-only crusader's 17-year-old daughter is preggo.
Only when I have gay sex.
And 31 struggles kids today will never understand.
DC is not only in the U.S., you asshat, it's the capital.
I have no idea where we're going.
Those are the stories I have pulled up. That's funny. I couldn't. Funny.
Completely unprepared, and that's what we got.
That first one I have written out, but I'm like, no, that's not what I want to say. And then I didn't know what I wanted to say. So
I'm curious to get Katie's take on the first story
I
from
am
you.
too, big
Anyway,
time.
go ahead.
And Al's, if he's
Well,
paying attention.
I thought of you, Aaron, when I saw this headline about a week or so ago. A Washington State pet supply store owner diet. Well, it's literally going to the dogs. Dorothy Hunter.
God, yes, you think of me when you crazy people eat dog food.
No, because it's a dog story.
Oh,
and-
okay. Yeah, I love dogs
God, I know.
more than people.
Oh, in fact, off air, I got a dog story for you that it's a hypothetical.
If it's sad, then I can't hear it.
Yeah. A Washington State pet owner named Dorothy Hunter, who owns Paws Natural Pet Emporium in Richland, Washington, has vowed to eat nothing but pet food for 30 straight days in order to raise awareness about the diets of pets and humans. She says, quote, there's been a lot about bad foods for humans. Well, holistic natural foods, good ingredients, USA products at Paws Natural Emporium, I believe in our products and how they are good. I actually believe our pets are eating better than us. And with that said, for the next month until July 19th, which is coming up obviously next week, she's going to eat nothing but dog food for that entire month.
Huh.
She's actually had been restocking store shelves when she got hungry and had the idea. And she said, well, I didn't have any snacks on me, so I grabbed a bag of treats off the counter. And I was like, wow. I read the ingredients and realized that the ingredients in the dog treats were better than most human foods. So she's like, fine, I'll eat dog food for 30 days.
Extra glucosamine never hurt anybody.
But that's right.
Yeah. Now, actually, canned cat food and wet dog food have been added to her
God,
diet.
I'm sorry, I just got the shivers.
And even some
Almost
of her
threw up a little
employees have
That
joined
shit smells.
in her sampling of pet cuisine. Hunter's doing this with enthusiasm, she says, and in that same YouTube video that she posted, she said that she'd have very good freeze-dried cheddar dog treats as well as green bean chips, also intended for dogs. She said, it's a really good diet because I'm going to be eating some green beans today, she said. Now, in a statement, the FDA says
This bitch is crazy.
that pet food is not intended for humans since people and pets have different dietary needs, but noted that both are required to be compliant with food additive regulations, and both foods for humans and pets need to be free of pathogens.
Well, she would like to come to my house because I frequently make food for my dogs. Like
Yeah.
my Rocky's had sick tummy lately, and so there was about a week and a half where I'd crock pot some chicken thighs and some sweet potatoes and spinach and carrots, and that's what he ate because he had sick belly.
You can
If I show up there and she puts that on a plate for me, though, we
You're
have
gonna
a
be
problem.
fucking
We had a problem.
pissed.
Yeah.
Tonight they had frozen green beans
all.
in their dinner because they're cold like ice, but they're sweet and they're really good for dogs.
Are they?
Yeah,
Green beans are?
Green
Yeah. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and
I
they're
love
frozen.
green
They
beans.
love them.
Kelly's mom makes bones for
Yeah.
Toby now, but she made bones for dogs for years.
Yeah, and I'll give them tuna and oil because the oil helps their coat. So I'll mix tuna in with oil. And
Should do some homework
So now,
on some natural dog
Marnie,
foods.
what's
Yeah.
the issue? If the crock pot is there and she's making this goulash or whatever the hell she's calling it,
Chicken, veggies, spinach. So all
totally,
sounds good.
totally human food, totally.
no salt.
Totes
Which is fine.
fumes.
Tasteless totiums.
So if just because she's made it for the dog,
Yeah.
that means that you can't have a bowl out of it too.
I am not eating that.
Oh, because you just don't like that?
No, if I made a stew for us that
Right.
had the same ingredients, but I'd have to make it specifically for us as opposed to for the dogs.
And it would be a stew, not just
Dog
here's
food.
cooked shit that I'm gonna like throw in a
it didn't
bowl.
look pretty. I'm
No.
not gonna lie, it did not
I've seen
look
it.
pretty.
A lot of this stuff. So
Yeah.
no,
Okay.
like
Some
kinda-
zucchini too.
You know,
yeah.
there's a smelly dog. I hadn't been in there in a while since Rob and Sean had left. They were the old owners and I loved them. Anyway, I went in. They have a whole bakery in the back. And
wow.
they're like a whole bakery of dog food, like for dog treats.
Right.
And
That's
it was
cool.
interesting. And they had cookies and bones and birthday cakes and
Yeah.
cupcakes and all
Love
things that were
it.
for dogs.
Right.
And they had samples out for their owners. They're like, here, you can taste this. It's
Yeah, I mean,
all
it's all stuff you
natural.
can do.
It's
There's
all
just
normal
something about
stuff.
it. No.
There's something. It's if somebody made a cupcake for a dog, and then
They
and
were
told
like,
me it was
"Here,
for a
Erin,
dog,
eat this."
I'd be like, "Fuck no!" But if you made the same exact cupcake and gave it to me as
Yeah.
here's a cupcake, I'd eat it.
Yeah.
It's all because
It totally
it's all
is.
here. So when you asked me that, I'm all like, no.
I've
Okay.
taken bites
It's
of
because
my
it's all
dog's
up here.
ice cream sandwiches before. I took a bite because I needed to know what I was giving
Right.
him. I'm like, is this real? And it was like normal. I couldn't eat the whole thing.
A lot of that stuff gives my
Cookies.
dogs poopies.
Real gosh.
The Frosty Paws dog ice cream upsets tummies.
My dog eats the shit out of some Frosty Paws.
Our dog just eats shit.
Yeah, he does. He
Harrison
does, which
says
could
that
be
there are
very
lots and
hard.
lots of pet food recipes online and much
Yeah.
better for your pet than
Yeah.
canned pet
That,
food.
she's right. I talked to my vet about it, and my vet because
I'm gonna do it.
If you're gonna feed your dog homemade dog food solely, there's a lot that goes into it. There are a lot of different nutrients and vitamins that you have to put in, and that's too much. Like when I talked to my vet, she's like, it's not worth it unless you are ready to commit to this.
Super do this.
Right.
Yeah.
But you do some dry food and then some of this stuff, and it can't hurt them as long as you're giving them enough calories a day and not too many calories a day. It's you can
Which
read
is
it.
why the dog food companies just have it all measured out for you.
Yep.
They go, here, give them a half cup of this in the morning and a half cup in the afternoon. Done.
You got
Boom.
small dogs.
Well, unless you've got a dog that's the size of a horse.
I know
and
mine
then-
get a cup and a half in the morning, a cup and a half at night.
I
'cause
think
they're
of
bigger.
Tammy, who's got the
think
Great
mine gets,
Danes. Those
one
fucking
cup
dogs
once.
eat. And we years ago we used to have a bull mastiff, which is a big,
that's
bigger
huge.
than a Great Dane.
Big poop.
Yeah.
Ate a lot.
My dog's like 26 pounds.
Oh,
He
mine's
gets like
like
one cup.
76.
Yeah. I know.
There's
Yeah.
a difference.
Yeah.
It's too much.
Just like, slight.
A little bit.
Lots and lots.
So I'm intrigued to see how people are going to react because you laughed because I was stumbling over the headline. But I am curious to see what the reaction will be about this.
Okay.
There is a new law that passed in Tennessee. Okay. And it's the law is that a woman may be prosecuted for assault for the illegal use of narcotic drugs while pregnant if her child is born addicted to or harmed
I heard about this.
by the narcotic drug. So
Okay.
there's that. So
I didn't
it's-
realize it was Tennessee, but I heard about the law.
But
And the key word there is narcotic.
narcotic. And the other piece of that is if her child is born addicted to or harmed by this said narcotic drug. Well, at the beginning of July, 26-year-old Mallory Loyola gave birth to a baby girl. 2 days later, the state of Tennessee charged her with assault. Loyola is the first woman to be arrested under this new law that allows the state to criminally charge mothers for potential harm to their fetuses by using drugs. Another, I can almost hear Al with people getting in people's wombs and, whatever. But the interesting thing is that she tested positive for methamphetamine and admitted that she smoked that drug several days before giving birth.
Okay.
Is meth a narcotic?
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you.
That's so we got into a big conversation
We
about
did.
so I have the doctor prescribes me Percocet for something, and a couple days before I go into labor, I'm in super duper pain, and I take Percocet not for its prescribed purpose. Now you can one Percocet, and I'm at assault because you test my blood as soon as I give birth, and then, but as long as my baby's not affected, and how do you prove it's been affected by
But
the drug?
heroin is an illegal drug.
It's a legal drug, right? I don't know because when I was pregnant, I had a lot of back pain and I went in and I just said I need some kind of a muscle relaxer. Like, is this okay? And they gave me Flexerol,
Right. Yep.
Which I
Pretty
don't
standard.
Yeah, and I don't know what drugs. I don't really know how serious that is, but I just said, is this okay? For me to take? And they said occasionally, right? Don't
Right.
sit at home and pop Flexerol all day long.
Right.
But when you're having back spasms, take it. I would have to imagine that you leave that kind of thing up to the discretion of the medical professional.
Totally.
Because if Palmer was born and I had taken Flexerol the day before because I was having back spasms, it's a lot different than smoking meth. Right?
it's a class 3 narcotic. Harrison says meth is a class 3 narcotic.
Yeah.
I didn't realize.
A Flex
thank you.
or even a Percocet, which is
Sure.
I think there's a big difference if it's prescribed by your
and if
doctor
you're
and used
taking it for the prescribed purpose.
Right.
Like if somebody prescribes me Flexerol for blank and I take it because I just want to get high or relax or
Yeah.
whatever, then it's illegal that I'm using it.
Right. Well, and that's
Right.
something you can't determine.
Right.
Yeah.
And then how do I prove it? Harrison, what's this?
I don't know
What
what
is
that
that? What is that, Harrison?
I don't
Does
even
that
wanna
mean it
try to
grows out of the
pronounce
ground?
I don't know. I don't even want to
Anyway,
try to pronounce it.
no, I don't either.
Soporific.
Yeah.
So if somebody
on
is
you.
if somebody's high, is that me?
No, it's me.
Okay. If
Sorry.
somebody's high on pot, you're like that. I do that. This is international sign for high, apparently.
Or F.
Or- yeah, or- yeah,
in
something,
maybe
something.
that's Frank who
Right.
smokes
God.
pot.
So if someone has smoking pot their whole pregnancy? And then how do you prove that a baby's affected or not affected when it comes out?
Well,
Right.
and that's
right,
because
it's not the same as meth, right? Like when a meth baby is born, they're crying, screaming hysterically.
That's just it. And the
'Cause they
big
need
thing
drugs.
about this is here, a couple of days after she gives birth to a child that, as it goes down through this article, states that showed no signs of an issue. Any kind of an issue.
I don't know,
it says
though.
for them to
When
be
you're doing meth when you're
is
pregnant,
not-
that's a
it
problem.
has in here though, because Harrison's saying it's a class 3, but this is saying, and I'm not at all saying any kind of an article is right. Meth is not considered to be a narcotic, which is a legal class of drugs that refers to opiates like heroin and prescription painkillers. Tennessee's new law was passed specifically in response to fears about babies being exposed to opiates in utero.
I mean,
Something
I
that-
can't imagine. Like, and again, I'm so sorry.
No,
I'm
please.
being like, I'm just being.
I love the
poop
devil's
mouth.
advocate stuff.
But
like it.
well, no, but I'm not even saying
Soporific.
devil's advocate. What I'm just saying though is like, I can't imagine that someone's saying like, if I were to take a Percocet because I have pain, that's not okay. But meth, it's totally fine.
And see, I think that I'm going at this from a total other end of the spectrum. Like, no, hey, please, if you're going to have a small child, don't do meth.
Well, yeah,
Duh.
Maybe it just needs to be up to like the doctor's discretion.
No,
but then
I guess I'm looking at it like here, because it says this law was sold as if it were just about illegal narcotics. But sure enough, the first case has nothing to do with illegal narcotics and nothing to actually do with the harm to anybody.
yeah, but it's so hard. Like if you're like a pregnant mom doing meth, like you are putting your children at harm.
Right.
Even
Sure.
if they aren't like physically
Right.
affected, like you're not gonna quit meth tomorrow.
Right.
And again, I'm not arguing
Yeah,
that.
no, yeah. Just like what this article is saying, right?
Yeah,
The law.
like the idea that anybody can then walk up to someone if they saw them. It just seems very intrusive.
Get out of my vagina.
Get out of my vagina.
Get out of my vagina.
I don't know.
I'm sure coming up after
Get out of
this
Clayton's
crossover.
vagina, too.
Yes, absolutely. I don't even know where I left it. Coming up after this crossover, Al Perkins is going to join us all the way from P-Town,
Hi, Al.
and he'll probably have something to chime in about that
Yeah.
last topic. Also, he's going to give us our drinking word. A
Thanks,
little
Harrison.
segment he can take as long as he wants. He's Al Perkins, for God's sakes. It's the show on Q Talk America. We'll be back in just mere moments. Stay with us, won't you? Join us in the chat room. Get yourself a drink. We'll be right back.
Okay, wait, can I ask either?
You've been listening to the show on Q Talk America. This is Q Talk America.
The following broadcast contains adult humor, language, and topics, along with partial nudity. Actual knowledge is used sparingly. The show is a result of a lost bet and a bad game of rock, paper, scissors. It's the show with Clayton McKee. And now, a man with a face for radio,
I would-
Clayton McKee.
Good evening again, everyone. A little 2 minutes after the hour. It's our second hour. It's the show on Q Talk America. I'm Clayton McKee alongside this week, Katie June, Marnie Ryer, and Erin Henderson, who's
a good
got
look.
her mouth on a cork of a bottle of wine to try to. That's the best use of your teeth. You realize that, really? That's nice.
What do you think I got him for?
Oh, I should turn this on. There we go. Do that. I didn't watch. I'm just asking. I wasn't sure what that was. Before we go any further, it's the beginning of hour 2. We must kick off hour 2 the way we always do, with a little drinking disclaimer, and it goes something like this.
And now, a drink along. We dare you to stay awake during this royalty-free music and to play a drinking game with us. If you are currently or soon to be driving a car, you cannot play.
Okay, we're gonna.
If you are presently the primary caregiver for children and or the elderly, you may desperately want to play, but no. If you are listening from a rehab facility, you are disqualified because you already hit bottom. And that means you already won this game at least once. If playing this game is in any way illegal for you, put the bottle down and make better life choices. There is no good in your goodbye, and there is no lifeguard on duty, so you will be swimming at your own risk. Tell your lawyer to take the fucking day off. You can't sue us. We warned you. Good luck.
Uh-oh, is that Al staticky?
I don't know what Al is doing.
Al Perkins?
Hey, are you there?
Hang on. Where is that? I don't know where that sound is coming from.
I think it's
There we
Al's
go.
voice.
We found it.
There we go. Yeah, I'm like that dance music keeps playing.
Yeah, I forget. You hear differently what we hear in the studio. I forgot all about that.
Ooh, that's
Oh, it's a
staticky.
delay.
No, it's not a delay. It's actually live on the board for right now. Hi, Al.
Oh, cool. Well, your drinking word is oxymoron.
Or according to Marcia Clark, who did the OJ trial, was the prosecutor, oxymoron.
Oh,
No, stop it.
Oxymoron.
She said that
It's an oxymoron?
The closing argument. She said, "This is an oxymoron,"
No.
and meant it. God
I'm
bless her.
using it. Yeah, that's my new thing.
I love it,
yeah.
Al.
All right. Well, I wanted
that's
to use
better.
oxymoron because moron is offensive to Marnie.
No, Marnie is a moron. That's why it's offensive.
Oxymoron.
I can't tell you how happy it is to be able to know that we have a live phone call that Al can actually hear all of us at the same time. There's no delay. Remember back in the day how horrible
yeah.
the delay was?
Clayton, you
God.
killed it. Technologically.
We're working it. We're getting there. We're
Ding,
getting there.
ding, ding, ding.
So Al, how was your?
Yeah, and
Huh?
go ahead.
I was saying, how was your
ahead.
vacation? What are you doing?
Well, I'm a block from the cave or the bay or whatever the fuck the body of water is. A beautiful, breezy, stormy night. I've
was a
been at
dark and
brunch
stormy
since
night.
about 11 a.m.
Gorgeous.
Stormy night.
I saw in the chat room you're on your 5th bottle of wine.
Attaboy.
Oh, at least. A bottle of champagne, 2 pots of coffee. We seriously have never left brunch.
I love it.
That's a sign of a good fucking brunch.
I love it.
All we did was we switched houses and got a slice of pizza in between meals.
So you've had lunch.
Yeah,
Dinner.
exactly. A couple times. It's been lovely. It's been lovely.
I love it.
And I think it's called like Pilgrim Tower. If you Google the Provincetown Tower, I can't think of what it's called. I'm literally right underneath it. I'm looking straight up the pic.
Oh my God, this is exciting. I'm Googling it.
So that's where I am. But it's absolutely, it's just beautiful, and we're just having so much fun.
Now, we were curious. Katie and I were talking earlier. We were questioning. Now, you're there, but it's not Pride. It's just you happen to be there, right?
Right now, it's actually this week is Bear Week here.
Oh.
So I know today.
Oh, God. I'm sorry.
Today it was a lot of really hairy men in singlets.
Oh, Christ. So it was like Borat. Borat does P-Town.
That is
No,
that
bigger
is
than Borat.
That's exactly it. There's an oxymoron.
Oxymoron, if you will. You know,
There's our oxymoron.
now you posted a picture the other day, maybe even today or yesterday, about you said the first sighting. Was that Bear Week?
No,
that was Armistead Maupin. He's actually here again. He's doing a speaking at the end of the week, but like last week I was like next to him for the entire trip, and like day one we saw him, and then today, right as everybody was coming over for brunch, the restaurant that's right outside our front gate, he was having lunch on the patio. They're like, Armistead Maupin is really on the other side of that wall, and I'm like, oh dear God.
Can we give a slight just a little insight as to who that is again? Because I remember you said his name, but I don't.
He wrote tales. He wrote all the Tales of the City books that I love.
Yeah, you've
He's
seen
like
him
my
there,
favorite author.
and you've seen him there before, yes?
Right.
Oh, yeah, last
summer
year.
I went to
Yeah.
his reading of his book.
Yeah.
And I was supposed to be spending this week reading his latest book. I finished it on the airplane, so I've had nothing to read.
And isn't it pretty much when you saw him last year, like he at one point he was like, okay, we're done with this.
Yeah, that was
stalking?
as we got off the ferry. When we got off the ferry.
Now, do you mean a boat or a person?
Yeah, a boat.
Exactly. I was
a
sitting
boat.
on a ferry on the boat.
Never know. Yeah. Oxymoron.
But
Very,
it was,
very.
so we got to the ferry. Yes, it was my oxymoron, and we were. It was a class 1 drug.
A superphoric.
Yes, honey. That's good work.
Superific.
Superific. We were standing next to each other in the cab line, and both of us were like, "No, we are not sharing a cab. Get out of my vacation."
Very fun. I love it.
So you said you posted last night that you were late night. You were reading a Stephen King novel. Is Maine that far away?
Oh, because I'm thinking. Well, first I was thinking, if Amundsen Maupin's going to be everywhere, how about my other favorite author, bring Stephen King in?
Yeah.
There you go.
He's just 2 states away. But then I was reading a Stephen King book, and I was home alone in this big, like, old house on the Cape, and I was scared to death because there's a closet where Satan is being held back by a box. It is the drag me to hell closet. It is so fucking frightening in this house.
That's funny.
It looks great from the.
It really looks cool.
The pictures you posted, and earlier you did somebody posted a picture of a bunch of you sitting around the table, and all of you on your iPad or iPhone or something. Everybody was dealing with
that was very funny.
their toys.
And honestly, we were not. Everyone was talking, cooking, laughing, eating. They just caught the 1 second when somebody had posted a picture of all of us and posted it of all of us. So we all looked down at the picture, but we really have been like paying attention to each other, and we have a sound system where we're all sharing the same sound system, so everybody gets to pick a song and put it next in the queue. So it's kind of about the music, but it's been a lovely time with really nice people. I mean, just the best guys.
Now, how
yay.
how much longer are you there before you move on?
I'm here till Saturday.
Okay, and then you move on.
And Marnie, and then I move on to Connecticut, and then to Maine.
Got it.
Love it.
So
and
nice.
then I come home. And Marnie, you know Josh Wiley?
Yeah.
Jason Wiley, Josh Wiley.
Yeah.
Josh Wiley got married here on Friday, so we've been with him all week and his new husband.
I love
Long-time love,
it.
and there's a bunch of people here from Phoenix, and so yesterday I was out at a bar and somebody was like, "Wait, how are you going to be on the show tomorrow?" That
Oh,
was funny.
stop it. That's so funny.
That's fun.
But
Awesome.
who was it
Yeah.
that saw you? I
That
heard
was really funny. To
you ran into Gilbert Gamboa at the grocery store.
supermarket.
Yeah.
Actually, I ran into him twice. And the second time I hadn't taken a bath and I was covered, I was like, had sand so far up my ass. I wouldn't have stopped and said hi to my mother if she came back from the dead. I was so fucking
Ruthie would have understood.
I was seriously hiding by the frozen chicken during that exchange.
Oh, that's
But-
funny.
That's
I love
great.
that you're in P-Town and people are asking you how you're going to be on the show when you're there. That's
Yeah,
fantastic.
That was really funny at a Thai restaurant / dance club.
That's awesome.
Oh,
like
even
it.
better.
Now,
It is even better.
Now, Katie was talking earlier. Apparently she had text with or emailed or something with Gilbert Gamboa, and something about a tea dance brought up. Now, have you been spending time at tea dances, Al?
No, we did a tea dance in the kitchen. You saw pictures of us looking at our phones. No,
Oh, that-
none of us. Half the party went, and then the rest of us just came and finished brunch because
It was
we
the-
weren't finished with brunch.
Tea dance at the boat slip, right? Was that what it was?
Yeah, tea dance at the boat.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It's and last Sunday night was like the fur ball. It's all
It
all events all week long.
And it looked really like great fun. There were just like men from here to there. A lot of places. A lot of men.
And
A lot of men.
Hairy,
We
a
saw
lot of hairy
talent
men.
show. Yeah, we saw a fabulous talent show last night called Showgirls, and I mean it was phenomenal. The drag people, the people that sang live.
Oh, that's
the
you.
comedians,
You sent me
everybody.
you sent me the picture. It was Jinx Monsoon from Drag Race.
Oh my God, fun.
Was-
She was one of the 3 hosts. She did a number that was phenomenal, and then the other 2 hosts did stuff, and then the 3 sat on stage while everybody performed. Really carefully placed, very funny comments, just really, really witty, and then the entertainment was spectacular. Like the girl that won, we gave a standing ovation for like 5 minutes. Like,
Oh, yay.
it was the best time. It was $15 to get in, and the 3 drag queens that hosted it earned your money.
I love
that's
it.
really fun.
Good.
That's fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And I've been bitching about the rain, but I got to tell you tonight, Aaron, you would sell your soul to be here for this weather.
I know I would. Oh God, is it
Already
raining right
doing it.
now?
She's looking for the highest bidder right now. She's
Yeah.
on
I am.
Craigslist.
I am. Yeah. Is it raining right now?
No, it's like misting. There's like a little bit of mist in the air coming in from the ocean. It's like 68 degrees and a cool sea breeze.
God, I
It-
live in
it
the wrong
seriously
place.
is. I know. I'm bitching about it, but I can't get my heart behind it because it really is lovely.
Yeah.
It's a lovely 92 degrees here, Al, in Phoenix, and
And
everything.
raining.
Well, it actually has been so great. Palmer and I played in the backyard the last couple of days. Like, I don't care if it's hot, as long as it's just not like blistering sun and heat.
The humidity
and,
is what kills
yeah,
us.
Like it's been nice.
So cats apparently don't shit in your backyard, and then the rain makes it smell like cat shit.
They
and
do
then,
not.
Okay,
They
that's
do not.
my house. Welcome to my house.
So Al, obviously you had to set aside some time in your busy wine drinking schedule to call in and chat with us. The rest of the kids that are with you, do they all know you were doing this, or are they sitting around you now?
No, I walked away. I was like,
I walked
He
away.
said, "Fuck you, I'm leaving.
out of here.
I hate you,
I'm out.
assholes."
I'm out.
I heard you from here.
but I'm seriously, I'm in a residential neighborhood, like shouting into a phone, so everybody's listening to the show whether they want to or not.
Yay, we have
you
new
don't.
listeners.
You don't have to shout. We can hear you. It's quite all right.
5 bottles of wine, Clayton.
no,
He's
I'm-
shouting.
I'm
Yeah.
standing next to a street too, so I'm trying to hear you over traffic. And
We'll yell if you want, Al.
No, stop it here.
Just kidding. Sorry,
Jeezy
everybody.
Pete's. Wow.
No, it's all good. So we'll play the entertainment thing. I'll do my entertainment thing, then I'll let you all go.
Oh, well, then you're gonna text me with our
thoughtful
for good. You're gonna text me with the question later, or are you gonna call back in for that?
Oh, I'll text you the question.
Okay, you can text me the question. So we're gonna do a little entertainment with Al, and it goes a little something like this.
This is very fun.
Go ahead, Al.
Okay, the Emmy Awards really said that Orphan Black got no love.
Oh, some
and
love.
Everybody's no, Orphan Black got no nomination.
Comedy.
No,
Go
no,
ahead.
not Orphan Black.
Orphan Black.
Orphan Black.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry,
Not
sorry,
oranges,
sorry.
though.
Yeah, that got no love, and everybody was really rooting for the lead actress to get a nomination. But the good thing is that Orange is the New Black came out exactly how we predicted, that the season played, and Crazy Eyes, and Poussey, and Laverne Cox, the
Yeah.
first transsexual to get an Emmy nomination.
Well, there goes
And
that story.
an amazing showing. Huh?
I said, there goes that. I had that in front of me, printed off.
We
I'm
can
glad
still
that-
talk about it. You can pick it up off the
Oh,
floor.
I'll pick it up off the floor now. Oxymoron.
So, I mean, they were having lots of surprises, lots of snubs, but it's going to be really exciting to see how well Orange is the New Black does and see if Suzanne gets a win.
When are the Emmys? When are the Emmys on, Al?
It's the last Sunday in August, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Hosted by Jimmy Fallon.
Oh my God, fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, so that's exciting. And then Rosie O'Donnell is coming back to The
Well,
View.
there goes the other
so
goddamn
That's.
story I have in front
I
of
was
me.
really
Wow,
curious
is
to know.
she really?
Yes,
Yeah.
she is.
Yeah. I wondered.
What do you think about that, Al?
Oh, it's fantastic because it's everything that I was hoping they would go back to, like serious conversations, and they're going to be all ready for the midterm elections to have Rosie back doing politics. So,
And
I think
isn't
that's a good
Sarah
thing.
going to join? Is Sarah Palin
No.
really legitimately going to join?
Who was that?
Sarah Palin?
No, I don't think that's true. I know she allegedly she really wants to, but I don't think they'll do it.
I-
But they are going
hypothetically.
to have to bring in somebody conservative. But they have I can't remember if they have it's a Hispanic woman.
Yep.
An audition when Elizabeth Hasselbeck did. And I think they're going to bring her back. Her name's maybe Rachel Campos.
Wasn't she the president of Telemundo or something? I mean, she was a
Oh,
Yeah.
I have seen her on there. Yes, yes.
a pretty big deal.
And she's a very, very well-spoken, wonderful gal.
Absolutely.
And I might be mistaken. If I'm pretty sure that's her. But she's got like 4 or 5 kids, and she was the one that Elizabeth Hasselbeck beat up for the position, but she guest hosts all the time.
Okay.
And I think they're going to bring her back to be the conservative because she, I think she's done spitting out babies.
Okay.
And it's done firing.
Now, Al, did you hear Hasselbeck, dumbass on Faux News, become very upset about the Rosie O'Donnell situation?
Oh yeah. Has she not shown all her true colors with us? She was
All
that
of
was
them.
a
Oh,
horrible.
I apparently need to
Oh,
Google
I didn't.
this.
I didn't
know,
watch
I didn't
it.
see.
Yeah.
Somebody recap for
Go
us.
ahead, Al.
She called in on a day off. She called into someone else's show when she was at home just to be a cunt.
Yeah.
That was
What'd she
really
say?
Well played,
unfortunate
Al.
on her
First
part.
one.
What did she say?
Oh, you got to Google it. 'Cause I don't have any access to like do a direct quote, but it was nasty.
Yeah,
And
she was
unnecessary. It was kind of like
pissed.
that. It really wasn't Barbara's goodbye. It was Rosie's hello and all this stuff. It was uncalled for. And she called in to like Sean Hannity or
Right.
one of the other obnoxious white guy shows.
Now this is also for what is it? Season 18 that starts later in the year, correct?
Yeah,
And-
it'll start the first week of September, but
Okay.
they're going to be all ready for the midterms. They're going to go all political, I think,
You
for
bet.
the midterms.
Well, we'll have plenty of time to
Just to
talk
get
about
their ratings
that.
back.
Well, what we'll do is
that'll be fun.
when you get back, we'll find that audio clip of Hasselbeck, and we'll have a good talk about that when
Yeah.
you get back, because we'll have plenty of time between when you get back and
Oh,
when
yeah.
they go live. So
Yeah.
okay.
And then my last bit of news would be like the big movie of the week and the critic's darling. Like this movie is hitting every single button. Is the Planet of the Apes movie, and it is killing me that I'm nowhere near a movie theater. Like it's raining out, and I can't sneak away to a movie theater because there isn't one in this town.
Oh wow.
I want to see this movie so bad; it's literally killing me.
Really? Well, that's an
It's an
oxymoron.
oxymoron. I'm going to have to take an oxymoron to sleep. An oxymoron PM.
It's an external. Al, so it's getting really good reviews. That Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, really, really good reviews. Like I think because just based on out of the gate, I think this is going to be a shoe-in for one of the spots for Best Picture at the end of the year. Like,
Wow.
this movie is
Wow.
getting, like,
You know what's odd to me
bang up
is
reviews.
I remember obviously being much younger and watching the TV series
Yeah.
Planet of the Apes when I was a little kid, and for some reason, though I realize it is. And I typically don't have any interest in fiction movies or anything that's science fiction or any of that. This movie actually does have some bit of interest to me. And I don't know really why it is, other than maybe I look at it as an incarnation of the TV series.
But and I can go with
Yeah, and
that. Go ahead.
I've seen the first movie of this new series, the reboot from a couple years ago with James Franco.
Yeah.
I think I've seen that like 7 or 8 times. It's just a great movie. So
Oh.
Just
is
seemed
really good.
Kelly had it on the TV the other day, the reboot with James Franco, and it just seemed weird to me. Like all of a sudden, like now I had also eaten a pot gummy, so I was real stoned. But it seemed like the monkeys went from like monkeys that were just like pissed to monkeys that had demented faces. Like did their faces start to like melt off, or was that just me?
That might have
no,
been the
no,
pot.
no, that might have been you smoking pot. Honey.
Chewing.
You got a laced gummy there.
Oh, I'm sorry, chewing pot. My
Yeah.
bad. My
Because I thought they all of a sudden looked like they had mechanical weird faces, and at which point I was like, I gotta go play in the backyard. This is weird.
No, you were
No, that
stoned.
movie's
That's funny. I
really,
like to
really
take
good.
fiber via gummy. So, pot via gummy, fiber
Similar.
via whatever.
Well,
yeah.
it's good for you.
Yeah, hey, if you can get high and shit regularly at the same time, why not do it?
Hey, here, fucking here.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Seriously.
So
All right, kids. Well, I love you all. I gotta go. Brunch continues.
We
I
love you,
it.
Al.
So good to hear your voice, honey.
Bye, Al. Have fun.
All right, good to see you. I miss you guys. I'll see you soon.
All right, Al,
I'll see you in a little bit.
Talk to you later.
Bye.
Oxymoron.
Okay, bye-bye. That was Al Perkins.
Simmering.
Oxymoron.
Oxymoron.
My bad.
Al Perkins calling us from P-Town, where he is on vacation right now. So thanks to Al for that. And so oxymoron or oxymoron,
Oxymoron,
is
as
our
it were.
drinking word this week.
May I just?
We were in the middle of our headline segment, and I think we'd already beaten the hell out of that
We
story.
did.
We'll get back to that. Well, this is another one of those little stories that just they really hate to have it bubble up in front of them, but
Oh, God, this is
thou
fantastic.
doth protest so much.
Fantastic.
Some of you may remember a Republican lawmaker who promoted legislation to teach an abstinence-only sex education in schools announced that his own unmarried high school daughter is knocked up.
Yes.
Bill Cassidy, a state senator from Louisiana, released a statement to NOLA.com, that's NOLA.com, announcing that he was to be a grandfather and is expressing his support for his daughter during this, quote, challenging time. Yeah, Cassidy has made a name for himself as somewhat of an abstinence-only crusader. Last year, he co-sponsored the Abstinence-Only Reallocation Act, which would award grants and special funding to public and private schools, which stuck to teaching only abstinence instead of a more comprehensive lesson plan of sexual behavior. The bill, authored by perennial bad idea machine Senator Lindsey Graham, has been tabled in Congress, but Louisiana teens are not in the clear yet. Despite efforts by some legislators to address this problem, Louisiana is one of the leading abstinence-only promoters in the country. In roughly 1/3 of all schools in the state, students are taught exclusively abstinence. No safe sex, no birth control, nothing but just don't do it. Sort of like Nancy Reagan's just say no.
Oh, God.
That's right.
When you feel the urge, Do something else. And you know how good kids aren't listening to the adults when they tell them not to do something.
Well, duh.
It might explain why Louisiana currently has the 6th highest teen pregnancy rate in the nation.
Wow.
Doesn't anybody
Louisiana.
look at that shit? That's an
Seriously.
oxymoron.
And that's an oxymoron
Fucker.
right there.
Because
Oxymoron.
God's watching them.
And
Aaron.
this
Yeah.
this
And
is
this happening
Yes.
is what is meant to be.
It is.
this last line in this little story is funny. And while most of the country has been seeing major declines in teen births, Louisiana not changed at all.
You know, it just is like, and I get, and yes, and it is fun, and it's ridiculous. And I found this.
Sex is fun? Yes,
Well, no,
I
I just
agree.
found this article on a website that's actually called crooksandliars.com. So that's nice. I found them on there. But you know, it's hard for me to even laugh about because it's so hideous to me.
Yeah.
Like
it's sad for those poor
it
kids.
is sad for the kids. It's sad for humanity. And like, I'm even thinking like of Laura Bush's Just Say No, which is silly. But just say no to drugs is like one thing. Like drugs aren't a normal, natural part of life. So just say no, people. It's just not a normal, but like to
Sex
say
is
that,
natural.
Yeah. To say that sex is not like a normal, natural, enjoyable part of life. But let's talk about doing it safely. Let's talk about maybe waiting until we're married. I mean, my parents told me when I was in high school, my mom said to me, look, like I said that I was going to wait until I was married to have sex, and I didn't. And then I beat
that didn't work out so
right.
well.
Well, and she goes, and then I beat myself up about it, and it's stupid. Like sex is normal, and I don't want you to hate yourself for holding to this standard that's not realistic.
Right.
Let's talk about being safe. Let's talk about being responsible. Let's talk about like if you want to have sex with your boyfriend, let's talk about it. Talk about it with
Is
him.
anybody ready? Let's talk about
Sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that may be. Let's talk about sex. Let's talk about sex.
By the way, well played, everyone.
I didn't know we were going to go there, and I didn't know we were all going to know it.
That's fun.
Enjoy that.
So and here's, God damn it. So those crazy people on the other side of the spectrum politically from us.
Oh, from us. Sorry, I was probably need to define that a little more.
Yeah, not my kind of crazy. The wrong kind of crazy.
Oh, they're crazy.
Yeah. Don't
It
they
really is
think
the wrong
it
kind
is
of
the wrong
crazy.
crazy? We're the right kind of
That's
crazy.
true.
So
Bye, Harrison. Have a good night.
bye, Harrison.
Bye.
Bye.
So don't they like? God will give me as many babies as I can
Yep.
handle. I won't take the pill because it's shedding my lining and that's aborting babies because God's purpose is for me to have babies. But let's teach people not to have like that doesn't make sense in my head. If sex is the purpose for you crazy nut jobs being alive to procreate, then it just doesn't fucking make sense.
Good point. And I haven't ever thought of that before. But like, all you do is talk about how wonderful and amazing sex is. So but also it's
Right.
not.
By the way,
so
sex
like
part's
they would
bad.
think
The
that
baby
that-
part's right.
They
right?
would think that that's an oxymoron.
that's you're absolutely right though, Aaron. Like the baby part's
Just.
not bad. Like let's make babies. And,
Right.
and this thing on here just basically says my wife and I are we're so pleased. We're going to be grandparents. We just love kids.
No.
Didn't Sarah Palin do the same fucking
why
thing?
can't people
didn't
have
she have her
sex?
own grandchild?
Yeah.
Where's that?
Didn't she?
But like, why can't we just be real and talk
Right.
about sex feels
Right.
good? Let's enjoy it. Like it's normal.
I
And
don't know
let's
that
talk
I want to
about-
see any of those motherfuckers sitting up on some panel going, sex feels good.
no, but like,
But there's an
it's-
appropriate
but
place
it's
for
nice
it.
Yeah.
They
are
were
weirdos.
I can't imagine.
Like, what's the?
Can you
it's just-
imagine Sean Hannity? Let's talk sex, people, because it feels good.
No.
Oh, God. Everyone
do
would be
that
abstinent.
procreation
Like, they
thing,
need
but-
to, that's what they need to do.
But seventh graders need to know that it's not appropriate to stand in the hallway at school where there are cameras on you and you know there are cameras on you and stick your hands down each other's pants and put your fingers in places where they don't belong when you're in seventh grade. They need to know that some shit stays in the bedroom.
Yeah, that it's private, that it's
Or in the
adult,
kitchen
that
or
it's
wherever
this,
it needs
right?
to be.
But
Or the custodial closet. I mean, there's so many.
But how
But
are
not
they
in the
going to know
goddamn
that if you
hallway on
don't?
camera.
That's the thing.
Exactly.
They won't know that they're horny and
Yeah.
they just want to get their dicks touched. And if no one tells them this isn't appropriate for your
Well,
hallway at
well.
school,
Hi, Harrison.
right? But it really, like,
It is.
it's just so scary that we're just going to not talk about it and la 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 and pretend it's not happening.
So my school district contracts out, as a lot of school districts do, they contract out the sex ed for certain grade levels. Like I have to teach human growth and development. Like yes, you're going to have pubic hair, and I have to read all that shit, and all the kids giggle and whatever.
Right. And
I
it's
giggle in my
silly,
head.
yes.
Fuck.
Do you also
But-
hold up a flyer for waxing? Like you can get a Brazilian, you can do things.
Let's
No,
talk
but,
about
they do
electrolysis.
have like they have this cartoon image of a boy parts, and the ball sack is blue. Well, but
And this is called blue balls.
right,
You
this is
learn about
called-
this in
right.
high school with
And-
your pricky like girlfriend.
yeah. So the 8th graders.
Everybody said he was quiet until he killed her. I mean, I feel like we're going into a Dateline
Learn about-
NBC. And,
Right.
You know, he was taught about sex ed in 7th grade.
Yeah, exactly.
Or was he?
God. It was a fine fall afternoon. Yeah. But
she was loved by
The
all.
private school in Ahwatukee had a stellar track record.
oh, for Christ's sake. But and I thought this was just my school district, and I kind of followed it all the way to the top, and it turns out it's state policy, which means that we got to get on this shit. In the sex ed paperwork that goes home for 6th graders and 7th graders from Kyrene, it says that did we already talk about this? It said that
I
it will
remember.
promote healthy. Whoa.
Jesus Christ.
Man down.
Healthy, monogamous, heterosexual relationships is what it says in that paperwork. And I felt like throwing up when I had to pass that paperwork out. And I had parents that were like, what the hell is this? Parents pissed off that it said that.
Wait,
Thank God that it said
that,
heterosexual.
Or the heterosexual was in it. Yeah,
that it
that's
said
like
heterosexual. No, they're fine with monogamous, healthy, but no, we
That's
want to support
bullshit.
all relationships. So I went to my school district about it, and they're like, because I know these people, they're like, we agree. It's state policy. We have to go to the board. We have to go to the Board of
In
Education.
other words,
we have to fix.
you have to go to
state
Brewer,
policy.
and Brewer has to say,
No, you
well,
gotta go to
I think,
Hoopenthal.
I think, oh, that
Who's a
fucking,
hooping idiot?
yeah,
my
that
word almighty.
fucktard. And when I see the re-elect signs right now with him out there, I'm like, Jesus.
Oh, and he's got
And
his
the little
arms around all those
Mexican
kids,
kids.
which you know that shit is photoshopped.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That is so very clearly that
It's
is
like
not
the-
a real picture.
It's like the Christine Jones ad
She's
for
not
governor.
real. She can't be real.
Lauren thinks
She
that the
can't be
Christine
fucking
Jones
real.
ads
Oh,
are
she
Saturday
kills
Night
me.
Live.
Those ads kill me.
But when
I
she
laughed
says, like-
so fucking hard, I was like, "That's not, it's on Saturday Night Live."
And
yeah,
send
it does.
Obama
It's exactly what that
to
looks
Bill.
like.
It
Yeah.
looks like
And I will send
like a-
Obama the bill.
I'm pro school choice and,
And,
anti-common
Why
core.
don't you check that out? Because that already didn't work, bitch.
Well, and then she says, no amnesty. People are illegal. And then there's a Mexican woman going this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
I saw that.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll be hard on immigration.
Fuckers. You're all
Gay?
oxymorons. You're all just morons.
You have someone standing there
Yeah,
going,
seriously.
Yeah, and then you have
They'll
someone
be-
in the background like, "Hey," and she's like, "And gay rights? No,
No.
that's right.
gay rights
Yeah.
for them.
And then she'll be
Yeah.
saying, anybody wants to buy an old school Bronco? No. Be down on them.
They're probably Mexicans.
Lesbians having children? No.
No.
And then Katie June will be standing there going, "That's right.
That's right.
That's
no, she won't.
right.
No,
No,
but
'cause-
that's
Send
right.
Obama
In
the
her
bill.
commercial, that's how it was. It was
It's
fucking
too
ridiculous.
too perfect. It really is.
She's weird.
I mean, I hate political ads. In fact, some little girl showed up today on my doorstep with a
Gallego?
Gallego.
Ruben. Relax already, Ruben.
I know.
And
It's in the bag for you.
I was on the phone and I had the doorbell. I'm like, I'm not expecting anybody. There were no cars out front.
Right.
And literally, I opened it. I'm like, yeah, I'm good. You can go on now. And she's like, okay, thank you, sir. And she walked away. I'm like, I swear to God, I hate this time of year so
Me
much.
too. Me too.
I would.
it is pretty brutal.
Yeah.
And I know this is off topic of whatever that we were talking about, but I go back to, you know how we all get so much junk mail in the post box, so much, and not only sales flyers. And I realize that the post office actually survives on all the money they make from all of that.
Oh, totally.
Right. Okay. So the reverse is, and I mentioned this the other week. Let me pay you $20 a year,
To keep that
and
shit
you
out of the
keep
box.
that shit out of my box.
Well,
Well, there are. But
I thought you lost
on
your
the-
box,
I
Clayton.
agree with you, and especially like when I get 3 Kirsten Cinema things, like to me and then to Kelly,
And you
I'm like,
work for her.
Wait, who's doing this mailer? Like,
Right.
who did
Right.
this? And oftentimes it's not the candidate. Like, it really is not like conspired.
It's
Right.
other
No,
packs.
it's,
Right.
it's other packs that are
right. But
promoting
it really is. But it works.
yeah, but I have
It
a
works.
huge issue
Just like signs
with
on the
that.
corner. They work.
When
Yeah.
the same fucking person who's sending all that kind of shit out, I'm not, no one in particular, but is like, for recycling and for bettering
Right.
the environment. Quit sending this
Quit
shit. So
printing
when I
this shit.
say quit sending this shit, that means you have my vote if you quit sending this shit.
Yeah.
I
I'm
was
more
at-
on board.
I mean,
Total
yeah.
side
But-
note, I was at Fry's today and there was no bagger. So I was helping to bag and Palmer got into these stickers and it was this literally like a sticker roll the size of my fucking head, like massive roll of stickers. And it says like, thanks to you, we saved a bag. Thanks for something
all
about
that plastic
thanks for
sheet.
like bringing your own bag in today. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, just like
Say
what?
thank you.
you.
Can we
Like,
just
I
say,
don't- and it was
thanks?
nothing. And I'm looking at the sticker as I'm re-rolling them up because she unrolled all of them. I'm like, I wonder, does this give you 5 cents off? Is this like a deal? Nope. It was just a sticker to say thank you for bringing your
But what
own
do you
bag.
put the sticker on? The bag?
Probably. I have no idea.
But it'll
It was-
fall off because it's a canvas bag.
Right.
It was just so
Yeah.
funny and totally like bizarre.
Ridiculous,
Yeah.
Totes biz.
Totes biz. It was totes biz.
I'm going to have to get myself another beverage in a minute. I feel, oh, by the way, Harrison didn't leave.
That's what I saw. You pointed that out.
I realized that she typed by Al, not by all. So, Harrison, I didn't say welcome back.
Hi,
Thank you for still
Harrison.
being here.
Thank you for staying.
Thank you for staying.
You're killing me, Katie. Those nails are so good.
I'm sorry.
So,
No,
I know,
they were really
peel
coming
in
off.
one swipe.
They're
So
they
there
were
was
coming
a
off. It's been
gay
a couple
sex.
weeks.
There was a gay sex article.
Oh, yes. I'm going to get a cocktail and I'm going to
Please
listen to you
do.
finish. Okay.
Fucking made me laugh.
It's fantastic.
It's just hysterical.
Would you just grab me another
So-
one of mine? Anyone is fine.
As long as it has booze in it.
Yep.
Something, right?
A percentage.
So there was a.
Yep. Nope. Thank you. Yep. Good. 8:50. Gotta leave to go get a shot in the ass.
There we have it. So there was
Not the good kind.
No, I was going to say, is that what we're calling it these days?
No.
So we normally don't talk well about Texas, right? I
Right.
mean, you don't have a lot of good
right.
things like Rick Perry, oxymoron, just a moron, really. Anyway, there was a cashier. Did you hear about told the gay sex joke?
No.
Oh my
when Obama
God.
visited, so funny.
KJ. Oh, Clayton, it was so funny. So they Obama goes into this Franklin barbecue in Austin. And he apparently like cut through everybody in line. Remember like that whole bullshit about how
I
at
think
Chipotle he reached
you know what, I
over.
did see
for everybody,
this, and
over
he paid for
$300
everybody.
for
Paid,
everybody
for,
behind.
paid for
Yeah.
everybody, ordered a ton of
for-
meat, it
right.
says. Anyway, and he was seen giving this famous fist bump because the cashier, his name is Daniel Webb, he's a comedian and a part-time employee at this Franklin barbecue. And apparently, as the president approached, Webb threw his hand down and slapped the counter dramatically. Equal rights for gay people, he says. President asks, "Are you gay?" "Only when I have sex." That's when apparently Obama like busted out laughing and said, "Bump me."
Oh, in the drawer.
And put his fist out
I saw the picture.
and
yeah.
and gave him a fist bump.
Stop it. That's
Yeah.
what the guy said. Only
Yeah.
gay when I have sex.
Yeah, Obama gets a fist pump as he pays for his lunch during a surprise visit to this Franklin
Oh my God,
barbecue
that's
he just
awesome.
burst out laughing. He thought it was awesome.
Yeah.
Webb said it was just a lucky day to be the register girl when the president. I love that. This
That he
guy
said the
says
register
The
girl.
register girl. When
That is so great.
Obama went through. Obama plans to sign an executive order that would ban workplace discrimination against lesbian, gay, bisexual,
gay?
and transgender
Only when I'm having sex.
I love it. Oh my God, I love it.
of federal contractors, saying it's wrong that some states still allow people to fire or harass employees solely based on their sexual orientation. But it was just hysterical that here he comes through there and this guy throws that out. And the other article that I read said he's probably the first. No, he's the first president in history to ever get a fist or give a fist pump for a gay joke.
Sure, absolutely.
So I thought that was awesome. I thought that was really
and I love that he
fantastic.
took it in stride. Didn't
Yeah.
no flinching. Nobody
Didn't bat
cared.
an eye.
And it
He was just
wasn't
like,
like
holler.
a campaign, like I have to
Without
think
a
about my campaign. I have to
Yeah.
think about how
And
are
it
people going to handle this.
Wasn't
and
a photo op. Like he
No.
did,
No.
it totally was off the cuff.
Right.
There wasn't like a staged
no
thing.
He just showed up, bought some people lunch.
and had a great comeback.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Good,
Are you
Absolutely.
gay?
good for both
Only
of
when
them.
I have sex.
Only when I have sex.
Good for both of them.
That is really
and
cool.
I love the fact that he hasn't necessarily that Obama hasn't slowed down, if you will, because there was that huge stupid thing about Chipotle and that he reached over.
Right.
Did you see that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Right?
did see that.
And there was that, and then this. When Aaron first told me about it, I thought it was about him cutting in line, and
Oh.
that would have.
Oh, fuck no.
No.
I did
Initially,
see some of.
before
I saw
knew
the fact
him.
that he was there. I didn't actually hear this gay thing.
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought Rick Perry was somehow involved.
They had something in there which I was intrigued by. I mentioned
Because it was the
to-
same
to
trip,
her.
right? Or no?
That no, I don't.
Oh.
That part I don't know, but it said something in the initial article about the fact that this guy made a comment that if Rick Perry had been the one, he said, "Oh, I would have schooled that queen," And I was like, what? Because then in like as an afterthought, it says that there's something about Rick Perry being closeted or his sexual orientation being questioned. I thought, oh, we don't want him. Send him back.
Yeah, no, we're good.
Yeah, we're all set.
Speaking of
I
closeted,
just thought,
We're
I
full
don't know.
up.
I thought that was interesting, but
Yeah.
that's the only
That's
reference
cute.
to Rick
I thought they were
Perry.
going to be crabby about the line cutting as well, and I was going to be like, yeah, everyone can
fuck
fuck
off.
themselves.
Yeah.
No.
That's
I was just,
good.
I
That's
was just going
cute.
to say, speaking of closeted, we took the cutest picture that's not on Facebook when we were on vacation. We were in the bathroom in stalls next to each other, and we both had cute little Converse on, so we touched feet underneath the stall like gay men in Minnesota bathrooms.
Remember the
that's
Idaho
so funny.
senator?
Yes. In the bathroom.
That's all.
Who didn't understand
he was just
it.
right.
Yeah. Also,
I didn't get the
That was
code.
after all the wine.
He had a sturdy gait.
Yeah, I had
A wide stance.
A wide stance.
That's what it was.
I'm
wide
sorry, it was a
stance.
wide stance.
Just
Right.
a wide stance.
Anyway, so good on this
God,
web guy and good on Obama.
Comes up with that though. Like I want to think back to that campaign where they're
Let's
like,
go back
"You're
to
not
Wiener's
gay."
campaign, shall we?
He just
Let's
has a
go
wide
back to the
stance.
fact that
like,
his name is Wiener.
Like if you think about if you think about watching Veep and like how that plays out, like someone was like throwing around words. They're like, he has a wide gait, he has a sturdy gait. No, he has
Yeah.
a wide stance. Boom, he has a wide stance.
Yeah.
Put it out there.
I thought you'd enjoy this. That's
Oh,
the
that's
that's
the
the
picture.
picture.
Photo, yeah.
So
That's
yeah,
cool.
that's the picture.
Very cool.
And
how
if somebody
cool for
would
that
ever
cashier.
teach me how to like put things online, then maybe I would do that.
Eventually, you should.
end.
Eventually, Arnie, I'll teach y'all that.
Yeah.
How to
I
roll.
did
point.
teach her that with the, and this is not innuendo, when you take two fingers and you click the mouse on a Mac, that it's the same thing as using the other on
Yeah, I
the
didn't
normal
know that.
mouse.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
No, I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
because I'm not an
Oh,
Apple.
yeah,
I
that's
have
right.
the iPad and the phone. I
But
can't do
if
that.
you want to,
I'm a two finger Sally.
So if
on the
you do
mouse.
two fingers, is it
so
a
you
right
know-
click?
So you whatever the normal mouse is, right? You click
Right,
whatever. So then the
Left-
other button,
left click, right click.
the other button that you usually don't click, if
The
you
right
want to
click?
do
Right
that
click.
to paste or whatever, it's just two fingers at the
Oh,
same
two
time.
fingers is a right click. I didn't know that.
Oh, wait a minute, Aaron. I did not
Does
know
that work on
either.
iPad?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's fantastic.
God damn it! Really?
I really
It does?
thought I knew
Yay,
everything about
I
my
taught
Mac.
everybody something.
You did. That's awesome.
I can't keep. I can't keep. There's too much going on.
There's
So like
it's
if you're
very
in
busy.
Word and you want to paste something, instead of having to go to Edit, Paste, or Control V or whatever, you just two finger click it and
I
then.
did
That's
not know
And
that.
fantastic.
again, not innuendo.
So I'm wondering.
Truly
I'm wondering if my
advice.
Two finger click.
because
Two
it's
finger
so
click.
funny that I am such a PC and everything. My world is PC
Me
except
too.
for
CK.
iPhone, iPad, and the funny thing
Yeah.
is, you're all three sitting there with Apple products.
Oh, this is only because my dad gave
What are
it
you
to me for
talking
free.
about?
yeah, exactly, Martin. Everybody,
I'm a PC person.
totally am. Yeah,
Yeah.
totes piece.
Totes
Anyway.
pieces.
God bless.
Before we get to Katie with sports and other stuff and some other stories that you
I don't fucking know.
Aaron might have that Al didn't touch on.
I'll make shit up. Watch me go.
I found a list of things, and these come out more and more and more as the world changes and as we all get
As the
older.
world turns.
These are things that kids today will never experience.
Oh my
love
God,
these
yes.
Things that
Right.
they'll never have
Right?
to do.
Yeah.
Pull your dead Bronco on the side of the road and not have a
there's
cell
that.
phone.
Yes, that's
Kids
the thing.
today will never understand about driving to the mall, going to the record store, and buying concert tickets.
Wow.
Or going to the mall and going to a record store.
Period.
Period.
And this coming from somebody who worked at a Music Land
Yeah.
in Joplin, Missouri. I worked at a Music Land record store after I got out of high school.
Aren't
That's
there
very
any
true. Palmer
Zia
will
records
never-
anymore.
Zia Records, yes, but that is not.
But it's still not records anymore.
That's an independent. Like it's
Oh,
no
okay,
longer the
I
big.
see.
But no, there are
Like
record
Sam
stores.
Goody
Like there are
or
Stacks and
whatever.
Wax. There are all
Oh.
kinds of. But Sam Goody,
Ocean
Music
Beach, we
Land.
go in 'em.
There's not a lot of record stores anymore in malls and stuff. They're
Oh, yeah,
independent.
you're
Zia,
absolutely
I
right.
go to. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But
I
like
love
when
that.
when we used to go to the mall, we'd go to the
Always-
Sam Goody or
you go-
whatever.
you
the,
go to Spencer
totally.
Gifts.
Yeah,
Totally,
oh, yeah.
totally.
Love
Totally.
Spencer Gifts. You go to the Music Land.
No,
or the Sam Goody.
something
Yeah.
And
entertainment.
if you were a high schooler in love, you went to Things Remembered and had some piece of shit engraved.
And it usually was like an ID bracelet.
Do you
Yeah,
also?
totally.
I don't think they're around anymore. Do you remember the Cookie
No,
Company?
the things engraved are.
I don't.
Cookie Company was like the big
Yeah.
chocolate chip cookies.
Before
And
Paradise,
then-
before that shit.
Right, and then they would put the filling in, and you'd have the
Yep.
cookies
Yeah.
with the ice,
do
the
not.
the cream. What not
Yeah.
not
It
like
wasn't
Cool Whip,
ice,
but it was like a
frosting.
frosting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
ish.
Oh, fucking fantastic.
Frosting, boom shakalaka.
They have one in the Minnesota
Oh, Mall of America.
downstairs because we walked
Oh,
by with
that's what
Seidel,
Seidel eats.
and Seidel's like cookies,
Cookies.
and we
Yeah.
went right over to it.
Yeah. By the way, she's tiny, and that's annoying.
Another thing that kids today will never understand, and we joke about this all the time. Recognizing an actor in a movie, but not being able to find out who it is.
Oh, I have a story about that one. Do you
Because
know my story
if
about
there
that
was
one?
only a way to Google that.
That's right.
And Al always goes on about
IMDb.
imdb.com.
So
God, that's funny.
it's a million years ago. I'm in Thousand Oaks, California at some breakfast joint, probably a Denny's or something. Some probably not chain, but we're having breakfast somewhere. And my friend says to me, "Hey, that guy's famous." And I was like, "What? No, he's not." And he's leaving the restaurant. And so I'm like, all right. So I get up, and I was probably like 22. And I run outside and I go, "Hey." And he turned around and I said, "Are you famous?" And he said, "What's your name?" And I said, "Aaron." And he said, "I'm John." It was John Voight.
Oh! Wow!
I didn't know who he was because I.
Isn't that funny?
Not like
Somebody,
a movie
in your
person.
somebody in
head.
here eating
Yeah.
pancakes says you're
How
famous.
funny. 'Cause I don't know.
John Voight. That's a big deal.
I know. And I don't have a phone to look that shit up. But
Oh my God, that's so
yeah.
great.
Are you famous? I mean, really. I'm
That's
such an
awesome.
asshole.
Another
Yeah.
thing
But I
that
love that you did it because I would have been thinking it and then like been obsessed about it for like a year.
Yeah.
And
was
not
that?
have said
Who
it.
was
So
that?
I'm glad that
I'll
you
do
said
that.
it.
and I don't know if any of you have ever done this, and it's not just with this, but other things. Kids today will really never know what it's like to tape a TV show over an old home movie.
That's for damn sure.
Or
It's actually
think you're
over
taping
another
it.
TV show because
Or
I
another
didn't
TV
have
show
home
because
movies, but
right,
yeah.
we all used to VHS or beta tape stuff.
Or think you're taping it and come home and it's not
It's
fucking
not.
recorded and you
Or
don't have a
wrong
DVR
channel.
or an
It's like
internet.
wrong
Because who knows
channels.
how to use a fucking VCR? Who
For
knows?
fuck's sake, nobody. Nobody.
no.
I still own
You-
two
yeah.
of them.
Oh my God, I
I
don't
own
even know.
VHS VCRs in this house.
Can I borrow one? Because I still have like movies to show in classes that are VHS-y.
Wait, don't schools still at all have VHS?
No.
I don't
Why?
even have a DVD player. If I want to show something, I have to go through my
It can be
computer.
converted from VHS
Aaron,
to
that's
digital, and you can play it on
crazy.
DVD.
They don't
Isn't
have
that
TV
crazy?
carts anymore. Like,
Oh, remember that? Remember when you used to go into the
AV
class and
carts?
with
Yeah,
the film and the
yeah,
two
yeah.
Oh,
projectors?
when you watch-
and you knew that
And
was
you
a fun
were so
day.
excited.
Yeah.
And when you watch the film, everything looked like this, everything. And now we go into the Serengeti, and everything. Yeah.
day because you're watching a movie.
Serengeti.
Oh my God, that's
All the
fantastic.
the old 16mm
Oh,
films.
I love
Now
it.
here's
That's great.
little bit of trivia about me, whether anybody gives a shit about it or not.
We do.
When I was in high school, I used to literally walk in every day, and it was one of those things where I had worked my way through high school, so I took minimal classes because I had the credits.
Sure.
I used to walk into school every day, and they would literally hand me a set of keys to the school. And I worked in the AV because I fixed
it.
all the film projectors, the slide projectors. I hooked up all the VCRs.
surprised.
I did
Of
all
course
that.
you did,
That's
yeah.
And then
fantastic.
also when the business wing of the school was being built and we moved from the small area, I was in charge at 16, 17 years old. I was the one who moved all of the computers and set up all the printers. I did
love
all of
that.
that for my high school.
Also, he went to the janitorial department and fixed all of the vacuums.
Yes.
Actually,
Ooh,
it was pre-vacuuming
did you have-
session.
Did you have to move
But I
the
appreciate that.
I like that.
dot matrix printers because
Oh,
kids
oh
kids
my
also
God,
will not
dot
get to
matrix.
peel that
The
shit
tractor-
off
the
the
tractor
sides.
feed
That's
sides.
a thing they'll never do.
They'll never do that
Yeah,
either.
but these guys, I don't know that you two would remember this, but I would think you would with the computers. How it was like the green.
Oh, the green screen, the CRTs, the green.
cursor,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
yeah.
like you had
Oh,
to
yeah.
build something,
Yeah.
and it was
Oh,
all on
yeah.
the floppy disk
No,
stuff.
Oh, yeah,
I
but-
remember floppy disks, but I have no
Being
idea what
floppy.
that is.
Yeah.
Well, there were
Oh,
two,
yeah.
and there was a floppy disk that was about that big, and
Yeah.
there was the big floppies,
Yep.
Oh, I don't know if I
And-
remember
Oh, I
that.
and then there
know.
were tape drives.
What's that?
I don't
You used
know
to
that
put
I
a
remember that.
cassette in, and it would record it on a cassette.
Not a regular.
Okay,
cassette.
that's
Yeah.
way old.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, my
Actually,
first
that would have been after, wouldn't
my
it?
first computer was in the early '80s. It was a Commodore VIC-20,
I love
and
it.
the data was literally looked like a cassette recorder.
Yeah.
And you would type programs, and you would type a million lines of code to merely make the computer say hello.
Right.
And you would record the program on a little cassette tape.
Yep.
Swear to God.
Keep in mind, have you ever seen War Games with Matthew
The old
Broderick?
movie?
No.
You need to. Would you like to play a game
Roger,
today?
like to
Ooh,
play
that
a
sounds
game?
scary.
No, it's a
But
computer.
it's the first movie where like a computer
Yeah.
takes. I take the back. Not the first movie, but in the '80s, the computer takes over and they play. It's a war game. Doesn't the government get involved because they think it's
They
real?
do because it was actual code.
Yeah.
Something. And yeah, Ali Sheedy, Matthew Broderick.
Very good. Another thing, kids today will most likely not know anything about answering a phone without knowing who's calling in advance.
Oh, I have a story about that too.
True.
Other things, missing the final episode of your favorite TV show and then having to wait all summer
Yeah.
to find out when
What
they air it
happened?
again before the season
Who shot
starts.
JR?
That's true.
No, they had that on magazines. But yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah, yeah.
Kids today to understand needing to mail out your bills, but you ran out of stamps.
No,
Oh, I
never.
still mail my bills with stamps.
That's awesome.
Planning to meet up with friends when you really don't feel like it, but they're already on the way and you don't have a way to contact them to text to say, I don't want to go.
Yep.
Because if you've committed on the phone when you didn't
you
know they
gotta
were
go.
calling, you got to go.
Do you know what that's called?
When you didn't know they were calling. I didn't know who this was.
AKA Aaron's personal hell.
Oh, for
What
fuck's
that
sake.
is?
Yes. Oh, God, I hate following
Yeah.
through on shit.
Now I don't know much about this
I don't like
because
people.
I'm not a gamer. I was never really into video games that much. But apparently it was a thing at one point to blow into the cartridges on your
a
Nintendo to fix
It
them.
doesn't work. You pick it up. You do this.
That I know.
You blow the dirt out
and
of
then you
it.
back in.
Yeah.
Is that blowing the dirt out of the cassette?
and it worked every fucking time.
A, select start, up, down. Wait, A, up, down, select start. It was a code for one of the Nintendo games.
Yeah.
What the fuck is
True
that?
story. True story.
Wait, you remember that, but you don't even
No,
know
I
your
couldn't have
own
recited.
name.
I couldn't have recited it, but I
But you
remember.
remember that there was that. Okay.
A,
I remember doing it.
up, down, select start. I think it was the code for it was the Infinity
was
Lives.
like a-
putting
like
that
a
in.
reboot?
Code on Contra.
It was, yeah,
It was Contra.
something about lives. Yeah,
And
yeah,
I
yeah.
think it was the Infinity Lives code, but also I had the Game Genie, which gave me spread gun forever, and it was amazing. The Nintendo was like the
Have you
fucking
decided
shit.
that you're doing this here?
No, I'm not, but I'm just gonna stir it up.
A, B,
Okay.
A, B.
Well, take-
Wait,
No,
what's
don't
happening?
do that here.
Is
You
Kelly
gotta-
doing it? Are you gonna go home?
I'm gonna go home,
Yeah, she's got to run. She got to run an errand. She'll be back.
but I feel always like a little bit of a doctor. So what I'm doing right now.
Well, just leave it in the bag. You're not helping anything. You're going to do all this when you get home.
You think I should?
Well, yeah, you shouldn't do
Yeah,
it.
absolutely. You
Don't
should
take
wait.
it out of the bag.
Just not take it out of like the
sterile.
hypodermic.
Yeah, no, that's
Like
Yeah,
sterile.
but do not
sterile.
open that here.
Careful, you might get herpes.
Okay.
A, B, what?
I think it's A B. Or,
What are you
let's
doing?
see. Hold on. Let me Google.
That's what I was doing.
Contra. Okay, like if you Google the
Didn't say Contra.
Contra Infinity Lives, and it was the coolest thing actually ever because it wasn't with the Game Genie, which was the new thing that you could like put on to get Infinity Lives. It was a secret only in this game Contra.
Kind of like the Starbucks menu.
Yeah.
That private menu.
But we can look that up online.
It's total private menu.
So this was
you
like
can look it up on Google.
this was
Totes didn't know.
but it was like the coolest
You
thing.
can get like
and
a
it was like
Nutella shit.
as soon as you pressed
Oh, you
Nutella
can.
drink.
power
Yeah.
on the game, as soon as you press power, like before the
Before
first
the-
screen
right,
came up,
right.
you had to like real quick get the code in, and if you didn't get it in, then you were like
Then-
either
well,
pissed
then-
or just started over. Yeah,
That's what she said.
that is what she said.
Ding,
Up down,
ding.
up down,
Oxymoron.
left right, A B
Oxymoron.
select start. That's what it was.
I never knew that existed.
It was. It made me feel like
I'm
a
not
video
surprised.
game professional.
By the way, that's not Atari.
No, that's
No.
Nintendo.
Atari was kick ass.
Oh, I used to.
Nintendo. Hey,
Asteroids. I ruined so many joysticks because you had to force that joystick
you were
up.
wait, what about in television?
I had IntelliVision, and we had IntelliVoice.
Oh,
The IntelliVoice was the intermediate.
That sounds fancy.
There was the Intellivision console made by Mattel,
Okay.
and then you had the cartridges. But once they came out with
Tonight's sponsor.
IntelliVoice, it was a thing you plugged in to the console, then the game cartridge, and it talked. All of the voices were very similar. It was all very,
Number 5 alive.
right, something. But no, it was like all of the games had.
do it, don't do
some of the games had voices to it,
No,
but you had to have a special module.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
but
but-
I don't
but-
remember anything about
Bye.
that.
I'll be back in about 10 minutes.
Okay.
Enjoy the shot up your
Hey,
ass.
do me a favor.
Don't say
Have
that.
a shot while you're gone.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
Hey.
maybe don't drive with the beer.
No, I'm just gonna put this in the.
If you,
yeah.
if you have cookies at home,
Oh yeah, if you want to bring
good luck.
Oh,
Good luck drinking.
Clayton wants cookies.
She'll be back in a minute. If you got some, I don't
Be
care.
safe.
Yeah, we'll be back.
Pot cookies,
She'll
pot
be back.
gummies. Bring pot
What else
gummies.
is on there? What else
Other
is on
things
there?
that the kids will understand. Wanting to know what the lyrics of a song are, but the booklet and the CD only has the song titles.
Yeah. Oh my God. Do you remember you'd open it up and be so frenzied about it, and then
Yeah.
You were very upset when you opened it, and it was just blank.
Right.
Yeah,
Or
and,
just
like,
the credits
short.
of
It
who
was just
played
like,
on it.
it didn't flap open. It just.
Yeah.
Oh, and then you had to make them up. I still make
think
up
my
lyrics
favorite
because
part
of that.
is that I would like to know who is listening. If we haven't bored you fucking senseless yet, but that
Meh.
who is listening that
Doesn't remember this stuff?
that truly doesn't remember this. It'd be
Oh,
awesome.
I'm sure there are. There obviously there
Do we
are.
have any babies in the chat room
Well,
tonight?
the kids, I'm sure, like Richard and Stephen,
right.
they're all younger. They understand. Another thing, and I remember doing this. I still have the cassettes.
Well, Harrison is young.
I still have the cassettes from when I used to do this.
Wow.
I really try.
Waiting for your favorite song to come on the radio so you can hit the record button.
Hey, record button because you had to call and request it.
Right.
I request Forever Love.
A long distance dedication.
Yeah. Oh,
I like this one on the list. MySpace.
Just that. I need MySpace. Means two totally different things to people.
Looking through endless yellow pages to find a number. Or a phone book, period.
Thank
Quite
God
frankly,
for the white pages.
isn't that nice?
Again, another thing that they need to stop throwing on my front porch.
Yeah.
Yellow pages, white pages.
Oh, I'm done
Stop
with that shit. Yeah,
it.
it's 2000
Why
what?
are they
14?
doing
Is it
that?
14?
All I have to do is
14?
hit my phone, say, okay, Google, give me the number to blah, 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 and boom, it's there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't need that shit anymore.
I don't need, nobody
I thought
nobody
that
needs
years
a
ago I had requested don't do that anymore because again,
I just got one a couple weeks ago. I feel
yeah,
like.
and they still put them up.
phone. I don't know if it was me. Maybe it was me. They threw them out, and I threw them back at them. Because it always is, they come by in a van.
Right.
And the van is full, and they just keep throwing them out. And I threw them back.
Good. Take this shit.
I don't need
And then
this
they
shit.
call the police.
Save the planet.
Like it hit
This
the guy
is-
in the back of the head.
This is a good one because we will remember this because
Okay.
we're of a certain age.
Well,
Still, no, I
Maybe,
think she'll remember this
maybe.
too. This is going to Walmart or any discount store and waiting a day for your disposable photos to get developed.
Oh, yeah.
The disposable cameras.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was.
Or just film in general.
Well, true. Yeah.
I
just
took a
film in
Europe
general.
trip in high school. It was like my sophomore year, and we went on a band trip to Europe. Yeah, I'm very fancy.
Yeah.
And I remember I brought a large Ziploc bag full of film. I must have had 15, 16 rolls of film.
Of actual, not cameras.
$9,000
the film.
later.
You bring them all home, and half of them are fucking blank, and
Right.
half of them are
Oh,
blurry.
yeah.
It's funny because this morning I was cleaning a closet.
And you're paying for all of them.
And I was looking through some old pictures, and I have so many blurry, disgusting pictures, and you can't like go through and select which pictures you want from your camera. I mean,
No, true. But now,
you roll a
obviously, now
film.
you can.
Right, but yeah. So, and my sister was just gone. Oh God,
What?
Richard.
that's funny, Richard.
I remember a few, but only because my family always loved old things like that.
But not that Contra ship. Nope.
Contra shit.
Tick,
No.
tick, up, down, right, AB.
Oh, God, that's fucking funny.
But my sister has just spent a year in South Africa. She comes home next week,
Yeah.
and she didn't have to bring rolls of film.
No. She has one phone.
She has right. She, well, she
and was
yeah.
able to post it and share it
Right.
real time.
right.
Sure.
Whereas,
That's
like,
wild, right?
had I gone, nobody would have heard from me for a year.
Right.
Is she still alive? We don't know.
Right. You would have had to send a letter.
a letter that I hand wrote.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that funny? I love that stuff.
Continuing on with our list
Bum,
of
bum,
things
ba-dum.
that kids today will not ever understand. Having to call to book a flight.
Oh,
They don't have to.
shit.
In
I
fact,
think I
I think
have
it
an
would be
app for
weird to have to call somebody and say, okay, I need a flight that leaves on this day and this day between this time and this time.
Oh my God.
I'm sure there are people-
There used to be down here. There's a Dillard's, right?
I think there's still a Dillard's in Scottsdale.
There may be, right. Scottsdale Fashion.
Yeah, I think that's the only one.
And for those outside of Phoenix or Arizona, Dillard's is a retail
Yeah.
store, a Sears, a Macy's, or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, we used to go there to book all of our flights.
I
Christine,
I
Dillard's
remember that
Travel.
now.
That's where we got our concert tickets.
And the
That's where-
concert
I
tickets.
got my
Metro
concert
Center.
tickets
I
at
totally
Dillard's.
forgot about
at
that.
Dillard's.
'Cause the-
Customer service counter or
Yes.
whatever.
Because I
Customer
remember that the
service.
commercials on, when whatever concert would come
Yeah.
on the radio, they get your tickets at your local Dillard's. Blah, blah, blah,
9
blah.
a.m.
right.
this Saturday,
9
and we
a.m.
line up the night before.
That's right.
Oh,
I
yeah.
completely
That's right.
forgot about that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I at the sitting there for Dillard's Travel, like I would call. We had our own travel agent.
Right. That's when travel agents did a job.
My aunt was a travel agent, and I
It's
mean, aside from being
wonderful.
retired now, but I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think
There's no-
I really don't think there's that much of a demand for that job anymore.
I don't think so.
I
either.
can't. How would there be?
Well, unless like, oh, my whole family, we want to go on a cruise. We're gonna book it. Can you just
Right.
handle all of it?
Right, there might be that, but I mean, you just.
But no.
I used to call my aunt all the time when I was
Yeah.
going to fly out here to see mom before I moved here, and it was
Find
it
the
was
best flight for me. It
right,
leaves here.
it was an
goes
act
there,
of
yeah.
Congress.
Yeah.
And then I have to drive there and
Right.
get the printed out tickets. Oh my god!
And don't leave them in the sun.
Oh, because they were back. Right. Another thing the kids these days don't and won't ever understand: going jogging and having to fight with your CD player because it skipped.
God, that
Your
big old
Walkman?
Discman.
Right.
Yes, your
Discman.
Discman.
Oh,
That's right.
hell. Oh
Yes.
my
That's
God.
funny.
They will never understand what it's like to run home after school to watch TRL on MTV.
Total Request Live.
Yes.
I never did that. Seidel did all the time, and so that's why I'm like TRL. Oh yeah, it's awesome.
Waiting 800 years for a file to download and save on your gateway computer from your dial-up internet.
I just want to say oxymoron for everybody at home, just to drink for funsies.
Drink. Oxymoron.
Oh, this one made me laugh when I saw this. When you were watching the TV Guide channel on cable and you were waiting for the channel and you had to look away and you realized you missed the channel and you had to wait for it to come all the way down.
Cycle.
Yeah, they'll never know that.
Nope.
Not being able to skip to a certain scene with a click of a button on a Blu-ray or a streaming video.
Or how about music? You have to fast forward through 4 songs and then you miss it and then you rewind and then you play and then you...
Renting a tape at the video store and getting it home and realizing that somebody did not be kind and rewind.
Oh my God. And then you were mad. You're like, God, gotta rewind that.
Waiting for...
Do you remember when rewinding had to be in a separate thing? I remember we had a VCR that played, and then we had a rewinding thing that you put the tape in.
The way that I remember it, somebody had created a rewind-only product because they claimed that it saved your VCR. The VCR could rewind, but they had a separate rewind only.
Yeah,
and I think it also did it faster.
Yeah, I think maybe faster.
Going in line in line with waiting for AOL dial-up to not only dial, connect, and then you've got mail. Then when your mom picked up the phone to call somebody, disconnecting you.
Sorry. Or Mom, I'm on the phone when she picks up another phone.
Kids today will never understand how to figure out directions by using a physical fold-out map.
I was just when we were in California, we were looking for places, and I thought, God, there was a time when I had actual maps in the car. Yeah. I took it out, I unfolded it to find some, and now I'm like, Siri, where's the closest Pinkberry? And then we're there.
Well, and then she says, Siri, shut up, you're a cunt. And then it goes on. There's a lot happening.
We
there.
fight sometimes.
It's an argument, really.
I throw my phone.
Going to the library and looking through books on a research paper.
How about looking for the book through the card catalog?
Or the Dewey Decimal System. They don't know anything about that.
Oh, no.
Dewey Decimal System.
They will also not really understand the heartbreaking moment when you tried to burn a CD and weren't able to because there wasn't enough space on the CD for your playlist.
I was not a burner of CDs.
I don't know how to do it. I
burned, and then once that iPod thing came about, I was like, holy hell. Yeah. And another thing, and finally, the one of the last things that kids today won't understand, the disappointment of downloading a song from LimeWire.
Oh God, remember
and
LimeWire?
realizing that it was a fucked up kids version of some other song.
Kids Bop. Oh God, I forgot about
LimeWire.
That's how you first got music.
Because it was a sharing.
No, you first got music by what he said earlier with recording it from the radio, right? And then some stupid fucker was always talking through it, like me.
Too many fun things. It is the beginning, the end of our second hour, the beginning of the third hour. Katie June will be right back. I've got Marnie Ryer, Aaron
Henderson.
I almost said Aaron Hernandez because I've been watching
Ernie Hernandez, everyone.
Him on the trial and all.
Oh yeah.
Aaron Hernandez.
There's also an Aaron Henderson who's a DUI drunk football player too. So
there's that.
Let's drink up, everybody. Oxymorons.
Hour 3 is coming up. I don't know if we have any more headlines. We have stuff to talk about. We'll figure it out. We got an hour to go, and Al's going to text us with our thoughtful vulgarity question. So many things happening. It's the show on Q Talk America. We'll be right back.
You've been listening to the show on Q Talk America. This is Q Talk America.
The following broadcast contains adult humor, language, and topics, along with partial nudity. Actual knowledge is used sparingly. This show is a result of a lost bet and a bad game of rock, paper, scissors. It's the show with Clayton McKee. And now, a man with a face for radio, Clayton McKee.
Good evening once again. This is Q Talk America. I'm Clayton McKee alongside Marnie Ryer, Aaron Henderson, and Katie June will be back in just a few moments. We are coming to you live from Studio C as we do each and every Tuesday from the heart of Phoenix, Arizona. We'd like to thank you all for joining us. We have people listening from Canada, New Zealand, the U.S. Everybody's in the chat room. Who are those kids in the chat room? I saw them moments ago.
Chat it up.
Steven's in there. And
Richard.
Tomo.
Richard's talking about
Harrison.
Funk knocker.
I missed that.
Shitbag.
shitbag, a cock juggling thunder cunt.
I don't know.
Same
Richard
thing,
has got
really.
some issues with his CD
Richard,
player.
I love you. You
Please
make
get-
me laugh.
A cock juggling thunder cunt. I'm not sure what to do with it. I'm going to write that down.
I can't. There's a lot of things I can't ask
I
about.
think while I'm driving in Phoenix traffic, I'm going to be like, you cock juggling thunder cunt.
You could.
By the way, I might have done that earlier today.
She did. I don't want to talk
coulda
about it.
Like I said, this is the beginning of hour 3. Al Perkins is
Thank you for that,
missing in
Richard.
action this weekend. He actually called in a little earlier. He is in P-Town this weekend for a vacation, and he will be texting us our thoughtful vulgarity question in just a few minutes. Katie had to step out for an errand, but Marnie had another headline she wanted to talk about. So go ahead, Marn.
God bless Florida, really.
Oh.
Yeah, can you give me the?
Oh yeah, the Price is
new.
Right sound.
Oh,
the
wait.
new-
Wait. Where is it? It's right.
It's about Florida.
Oh, it's right here. It's this one.
Florida.
No,
I lost that Plinko.
So we have to think. So no, wait. So we
Yep.
got this one.
Yep. It depends on the story.
Yeah,
And
it's
then-
totally different. Those are 3 such different contexts.
Yep.
I just like to make sure. And then, well, if it's really boring, we got this. Wait, this one. Come on, load faster. What the fuck happened here?
That is
Kids these days will never
boring.
know. Yelling,
delay
go
in old
faster
PCs.
at old PCs.
Oh, this one.
Or as Vicky
I love that
Gumbelson
one.
on The Real Housewives of Orange County will
Oh,
do
God.
when Heather's talking. She just goes like this.
Well,
She
only
just snores
Buddy
in her
Early
face.
really would get that. So now,
Oh, Buddy, really, I love you.
buddy,
I grew up
cheers.
castrating hogs on an Iowa farm.
What was that again?
I grew up castrating hogs on an Iowa farm.
Very good.
Oh, when I found that was one of my favorite things ever.
I wish you
Ever.
guys would do it. Carl! I wish you guys would do one of those things with the accents again. That's hilarious.
That one was so
That
fun.
was
It
the
was
911 calls.
it was-
That was very
it was
funny.
awesome. So funny to watch.
It was our new segment. We like to call it. And now we take you directly to Studio C Theater, where we reenact the best of crime scene footage, direct from crime scene footage. And now, our story for the day.
Bum bum ba dum
That is very.
Yeah, I've got to find
very-
more 911 calls that we
That's
can reenact
fucking
because
hilarious.
that was very funny.
My
This
favorite
one
part
is-
was Al and Katie like
Because
this.
they didn't know what we were doing. I had called her earlier today. I'm like, I'm going to need you to put on your acting hat for the show tonight. Okay, can you do an accent?
God.
Well,
And turns out she could do 17 in one sentence.
As can you, apparently.
Yeah, it doesn't
I
fucking
couldn't-
matter.
Oh, fuck balls.
Oh my God, I was dying. And
Thundering
she
cunt.
has checked about that.
crime
That-
scene footage. Taken from actual crime scene footage.
Oh, that's good shit.
Hey, by the way, listeners out there, if you can find even Tomo from Canada, anybody, if you've got 911 calls that you would like us to reenact, please send them to us via email or tag
Yeah.
us in them on Facebook. We will be glad to reenact 911 calls or anybody that's listening. I don't care. Find it.
Yeah, anybody, because that was real funny.
We'll do them in our segment called Crime Scene Footage.
Oh my God, you guys are hilarious.
Oh my God, it's awesome.
Oh, wait, before you start.
Uh-oh.
Oh, never mind.
What?
Just kidding.
Okay.
Good.
So a TSA agent, for anyone listening from Florida, that stands for Transportation Safety Administration.
Yes.
Because apparently when it comes to any kind of initials, they have a real issue. There was a reporter that was stopped by a TSA agent who did not know that the District of Columbia is in the United States.
Okay. It's landlocked, kinda. I mean, it's
And
one of
it's
the gayest
capital,
cities. Yeah.
You know, so there's that of the entire these United States. So
These United States.
these United States. Anyway, it's something that most students learn in elementary school. That the U.S., it says, is made up of 50 states and the District of Columbia. But apparently this Justin Gray, who was going
Poor
through
thing.
from Orlando.
Oh no, the TSA agent. Poor
the
thing.
TSA, well.
Justin
kind
Gray's
of.
the reporter.
Justin Gray is the reporter.
Okay.
Found out it's a lesson that an Orlando agent with the TSA seemed to have missed. Maybe it was like me. It was the day he wasn't there.
Okay.
So Gray, this reporter who lives in Washington, D.C., was flying out of Orlando and gave his driver's license to the TSA agent, as you do, right? You have your
Here's
boarding
my ID.
pass, and here's my ID.
Right.
And the TSA agent said, well, it's not a valid form of ID. Gray said his license is legal and up to date. TSA agent did not seem to know what the District of Columbia was. And when Gray arrived at the security checkpoint, when he arrived there over the weekend. So Gray handed the man his driver's license again and demanded, or the TSA agent handed it back to him and demanded his passport. Demanded. Gray said, I'm not
Doesn't
carrying
know District of
my
Columbia.
I'm not carrying my passport, and asked why he needed it. The agent said he didn't recognize the license. He asked the agent, the reporter did, if he knew what the District of Columbia is. And after a brief conversation, Gray realized, nope, he didn't.
Oh my God.
Can you believe
Now,
that shit?
this is part of what I have an issue with. Gray was able to get through security.
Still got through security. Agent doesn't know District of Columbia, says, okay, come in anyway.
Okay.
Lets
And then
him through.
stopped to complain to a
God.
TSA supervisor. Gray did, the reporter.
Yeah.
But the fact that he got through to go to the, apparently the TSA agent didn't know that was the Capitol. But anyway, critics of the TSA said that what happened to Gray is a sign that the problems at TSA are bigger than just not knowing geography.
They'll
They
hire
simply-
anybody.
I'm telling you, they simply have not been either applying or maintaining standards for good personnel. The spokesman that was that contacted Gray just minutes after he tweeted about this problem confirmed that the license is, in fact, an acceptable form of ID. Well, thank you for that.
Good to know. Good to know. For all those people who live in the
No,
D.C. area.
That's right. Please don't. You do not have to run out and get a passport, which will take you a long time.
Unless you're flying out of Florida.
That's right. And or the country.
Now, continue. I do have a follow-up question.
This is almost done. The spokesman said that officers are trained to identify fraudulent documents.
Katie's back.
Yay!
Katie's back.
A shot and now a beer. I love this girl.
I'm back.
We're talking about a TSA agent that didn't realize that Washington, D.C.
The
Was in a-
District of Columbia licensed to District of Columbia, and the TSA agent wouldn't take it as
Accept
ID because he didn't know what it was from.
Recognize
I don't know where I don't know where that is.
Out
Out
of
of
Florida.
Orlando.
Out of Florida.
Not surprising.
Yeah.
Rewind Rewind the shock face.
Yeah.
So the officers are apparently trained to identify fraudulent
out of Florida.
documents.
Wow. Are you getting a new car because of the key?
No, that is embarrassing.
And that's
a long
part of it.
story.
Sorry, keep going.
So they identify the fraudulent documents that can
Oxymorons.
potentially deter and detect individuals attempting to circumvent their layer of security. Obviously, an ID, driver's license out of D.C. would not be one of those. It makes you wonder what's going on with their training and policies. But now, this is the good news. TSA spokesman told Gray that all TSA agents in Orlando are being shown copies of the District of Columbia driver's license.
Good.
You're safe to fly.
I would say that they might also want to show them a map of the U.S. And just let them know that there are contiguous 48.
Directly up.
There's a district here, and then there's one way up north. You can see Russia
and then
from.
one all
and then
by
there's
itself in the
It's
ocean.
floating out there.
there's one down there where the Japs know where it is. Not called Hawaii.
Hey,
unintentional.
Thanks, Grandpa. That sounds
Oxymoron.
like my grandfather, who used
I-
to actually
Oxymoron.
say that in real life.
it is not related to the story.
Go ahead.
Richard told us to look up cock juggling thunder cunt on Urban Dictionary. I have it for you. It's a noun.
Oh, it's a noun.
A rare
God, I'm in love
individual,
with
when found in its true form, I think it means say form, it says from. When found in its true form, it manages to combine the quality of bitch, blabbermouth, and cum dumpster in
Rick Santorum.
in a veritable shitstorm of evil. The cock-juggling thunder cunt is in fact so evil that it transcends the plane of the urban and lives in the plane of the spiritual. Spiritually speaking, it is akin to if Satan douched out his vagina, assuming he had a vagina and was prone to acts of vaginal hygiene, and then left the contents of his vaginal douche in the fridge for like a month and a half because Satan's a big asshole and would do that kind of thing, even though it would be mean to all the butter and yogurt to start to smell like douche. I'm not even halfway finished. And you'd have to throw it out because he didn't even have the common sense to open up another thing of baking soda because I know there's already one in there, but he knows it's old. The cock-juggling thunder cunt should be avoided at all costs. A friend or relative beginning an intimate or sexual relationship with a cock-juggling thunder cunt requires strict measures of spiritual salvation, including not unlimited to, dude, what the fuck? All right.
Not unlimited to.
Not.
Come out with
Dude,
us tonight.
what the fuck?
We're going to get you laid. If you yourself encounter a cock-juggling thunder cunt, call her out as one, then jingle any loose change you have in your pockets as a distraction.
Yes.
And back away slowly. If she corners you, just remember her fatal weaknesses, that all her friends hate her, the combination of Sex in the City and cookies and cream ice cream, and of course, cock juggling. And then there's an asterisk. It says, very important note, cock juggling thunder cunt is a very powerful term and should only be used socially as a sort of coup de grace. See below with an example by the asterisk. It says, can I have a blowjob? No. Can I please have a blowjob? Still no. Here Susie represents the cock juggling thunder cunt.
Wait, I have 4 cock juggling thunder cunts.
That was a lot of reading.
I am exhausted.
And Coulter.
Yeah. Oh, huge.
Jan Brewer.
Yep.
Sarah Palin.
Good.
And Michelle Buffett. Yes. Richard, I love you. And you will never hear those words again out of my mouth because that's her ex-husband. But
Wow. I stay away from saying, Richard, I love you.
except for this, Richard. Oh my God, that's fucking awesome.
Oh, look at I'm a guy, llama guy. Meow Cow said it would have been easier if they just put a picture of Michelle Bachmann on the page and saved
Oh
some
my
words.
God, it would have.
It would have saved me some fucking air too. Jesus.
Nicely read.
I'm wondering
Nicely read.
I'm
Wait,
debating
well
whether or not
done,
that's
Richard.
going to be.
Wait,
I read
missed
picture books to children.
Juggling thunder thun. How did that?
Thunder.
What did I call it? A
Thunder thun.
It's because we were talking about Discman, and when you had your
Dyslexia.
Discman, like in your playing
That's
CD,
an
and you were
oxymoron.
jogging with your Discman, and it skipped.
And it was horrible.
Right. And Richard referenced a skipping Discman to a cock juggling cunderthunt, as Katie would say.
Which is
Thunder
an
thun.
oxymoron. Thank you.
Ding ding! Everybody drink!
Oxymoron.
Yay!
If you're not drinking at home, then
To
you're
Al and all listeners.
Then we're not very
L'chaim.
funny. So keep drink up.
Oh, Lord.
Wow.
I'm amusing me. I don't know about anybody else.
I am exhausted by that. What you just read.
Me too, but
That's a lot.
me too, but I'm
awesome.
googling.
You know,
it.
the best part is I could also read it upside down if it had like in a picture book style.
And
I
if
could,
she flips it and holds it, sort of. But that is
a gift.
That is Jan Brewer, Michelle Bachmann, Sarah Palin, and that
Ann
goddamn
Coulter
Ann
is
Coulter.
she's the queen.
Can't we put a hashtag Ann Coulter suicide? Hashtag
cock juggling thunder
thunder
cunt.
Do those have pits in them?
Yeah,
Oh no, thanks.
I could take
Yeah,
the
I
pit
know. I
out if
can't
you
stand
I'm
it.
want.
good.
I can't
I'm good.
stand
I
it.
can't
You
do
just
it.
gotta
No,
pry it
no,
out with your
no.
teeth.
Anyway.
No.
No.
Too weird for you.
Too
This
weird.
one's
Yeah,
got. This
I'm
one's
kinda
got
with you.
Can't do it.
kind of.
No, can do.
A little schmarm on it.
Meow
Yeah,
cow.
this one too.
We're on the same page. I love it.
Can't go for that. No,
I
can do.
I
I can't go for that. No, can. Really?
So
Really?
What?
Aaron, you have no idea?
I even know that,
with you?
Aaron. That I even know that, and I don't
I
know
got
much.
nothing.
Hall and Oates?
But I know I love you.
Notes.
No can do, can't. Oh, cheese and rice. Come on, I gotta
She's
find
a rich girl. And
I know that song.
Okay, so that's
But
right.
no.
Okay, by the way, that's
Remember I make up
way
words.
older.
Remember I make up words because it wasn't in the thing.
Yep, you're right.
Oh my god.
She's a bitch girl.
Those are the right words.
Oddly, that was about a gay man. Did you realize that song was written about a gay man?
know that.
I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Did
Gay
Hall
men
write
didn't
that for
exist
Oates,
then.
or did Oates write that for?
I don't
Hall?
know, but all I know is that
Oh, that's sweet.
Gay as can be.
I can't believe that you don't. I'm just really surprised that you don't know that song.
It wasn't on Broadway.
What is
It
it?
may have been.
That's how I
I need
know
to Google
songs.
it.
I listen to Broadway and talk radio.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
I
true.
understand
that's
that.
Real true.
That's all I listen
No,
to.
I was gonna because here's the
Problem.
And let's talk about sex, baby.
Oh,
right.
KJ.
You don't know this song?
It sounds like porn music right
I want
now.
to download it and listen to it on the way
It's
home.
not.
Totally.
No can do. Oh, I
I
can't
know
go
Oh
for
my
that.
God, it's so 80s. No can do. I can't go for
No, but this is fun to listen to you guys.
Hey, that's right.
Karaoke in the station tonight.
Stop, why do you dare me to draw the line?
I like the ding ding.
Yeah, whatever. All right. Or we're going to get sued.
This
That
thing.
is going to be my next karaoke song, as a matter of fact. I should
Don't give me that face,
I need to
Marty
download
Meyer.
that. That's my next karaoke song.
Well played.
All right. Now, Katie, you're back. You're good. You're ready to go. We think things are happening. You think you're going to make it?
I'm hoping.
Katie June, where am I sending? Yahoo or what?
Yep.
What kind of shot did you take? Because this is funny.
Up in the butt, Bob. In the butt. Here we go, Katie.
This week in sports and other stuff, we've got some World Cup champions, and yes, even the blind can score against Brazil at this point.
Well done.
Major League Baseball loves gays. Alice Coachman. You may not know of her. She died at age 90. Elena Deladon out for the season, and the Pope, well, he loves some immigrant children. That and more.
And sports and other stuff.
Okay, so
I like that we now sing the other stuff. I think that should be the way for the rest of it.
yeah, no, I'm up for that.
Everybody.
And other stuff.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
Record that shit. That's good.
I like it.
Biggest sports situation that's been going on has been the
World Cup.
The World Cup.
Isn't that
Now,
on for like another month or
I
some
can't.
shit?
No, it's
done.
over.
Let's
It's
not.
over. Germany won.
I
one of
think
the
I
things.
knew that.
One of the
Wait a
things.
minute. Spoiler alert. Just kidding.
Stop it. Oh, I was like, wait,
You're
this
such an
happened on
oxymoron.
Don't
Sunday.
record
What's
over it on your VHS.
What's happening right now? Yeah.
Oh, I recorded over Friends.
So the one thing that I really think is most special about
special.
the World Cup is that it actually is like a World Cup, unlike Major League Baseball, where the World
It's not the
Series,
World Series.
is
America series.
Right.
like some people
Exactly.
in this country.
Yeah.
Right.
Like the World Cup encompasses the world,
The world.
right? Which is really kind of exciting. Now we know there's been like a lot of drama and hoopla about Brazil and Rio, and they did some pretty shady shit to
what?
host it.
Oh, they did displace so many people.
Displacing
The hosting. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
the
Yeah.
hosting of it.
Right.
You know, using like billions of dollars that could have been used toward, improving living conditions
Humanitarian.
and
Sure.
humanitarian
Right.
aid in their country. Instead, like built a soccer field.
Right.
But regardless, it was really fun for the rest of the world. And the Germans are the World Cup champions
For the fourth time.
Is this the fourth time in a
It was
not in a
first-
row? Not in a row.
No. This is the first time in 24 years that they won it. They won it in like 44, 54, 70 some whatever. Take 24 away from as 80 whatever.
Oh, Christ, I can't do math.
They won it for 4 times.
That's
Not in
cool.
a row. But yeah, this is
Time number 5.
if there was only a way to look it up. I'll look it up. You continue on.
Okay, so they did win in extra overtime. A 1-0 win over Argentina. It was really, really intense. Nobody was scoring. Obviously, the teams brought their best. And
Well, I would hope so. It's the World Cup final game.
Right.
Jesus.
Mario Goetz it is the second latest goal in World Cup final history. So there's one goal that was made even later than this to win it. But Mario Goetz from Germany made the winning goal. Side note, he has an ridiculously hot model girlfriend in Germany.
Yes.
So they were making out afterwards. Interestingly, that was totally acceptable, them making out, and
Sure.
everyone loved it,
Sure.
including myself, and said, she's hot. Yes, make out with each other. But when...
Do it. Go like Barbie and Ken.
Right, but when Michael Sam had a very similar, just smooch. I mean, make out. They were smooched, right? When Michael Sam
celebratory
had
moment.
his celebratory moment smooch, it was like fucking next level shit, and
Right.
everyone was losing it.
Don't put that in my face. I don't want to
I
see
know,
it.
like-
Germany, 54, 74, 90, and 14.
Oh, that's
that's
really
it.
exciting. That's very cool. So go Germany. The best is that it actually comes from the Huffington Post. I wish I could take credit, but yes, even the blind player can score against Brazil at this point. It was a case of a player named Blind actually leading the seemingly blind Brazil in chase of the ball. For the third place game, they lost. They did take fourth place. They had a historic 7-1 defeat to Germany in
That's
the semifinals,
crazy.
which is like totally fucking unheard of.
Yeah.
In soccer, you don't score 7-1
Typically, to
a
have
runaway.
a 1 or 2 goal
goal lead.
Yeah.
is huge.
Is
Yeah.
big. Yeah.
Big deal.
I mean, the final game was 1-0 in extra overtime.
Right.
Like in extra time.
I'm just going to point out that I played soccer goalie when I was in high school. Yeah. I was like a defensive person. Sweeper, it's called. And then I was a soccer goalie. And being a fat midget, it's interesting to be soccer goalie. So there was one game where we played the best team in all of the region.
All of Minnesota?
Oh, for Christ, there were a few of the teams. Anyway, it was North St. Paul. God bless them.
North St. Paul.
Oh, God. There
what was the
this-
team called?
North
Oh,
St.
just
Paul.
North St. Paul. Okay.
Yeah, they were the
They
North
may have been
St.
the
Paul-
Ballers.
God.
I didn't know what their name was.
Well, they should have been. They were a bunch of goddamn horse. But
Trying to teach those girls the abstinence
North
only.
St. Paul somethings. Anyway, I called them a few names or two.
Well, sure you do.
Yep, like you do.
Like you do.
Anyway, so there was a
Keep going.
yeah, but they beat us 9-2. And
9-2?
Yep. And
That's pretty-
I'm saying I was the goalie.
Ouch.
Well, see, here's what happened. They had this.
What happened was.
Well, what happened was, to tell the story in short form.
Too late. What in the fuck happened to you?
Richard Harrison and I, we came up with the solution. Just keep going.
All right.
Anyway, see what happens is that if you have a team that's real good, you kind of become the blind.
Okay, right.
So I was kind of Helen Keller in the nets.
Yep.
Was really what happened, because I dove for this one
I
ball.
dove. She
dove.
dove.
Well,
She
we're
dove.
playing North St. Paul
Yeah,
here.
yeah,
Meow Cal,
yeah,
get
yeah,
it? Christ
yeah,
on the
yeah,
cross.
yeah.
Of
Anyway,
course.
Yeah.
so goddamn. Anyway, so I dove after this one ball, and
you
well,
know.
I didn't know that the goddamn pole was right there.
Oh,
and
shitbags,
I
babe.
slammed into the fucking thing.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Well, this is back in the
Oh.
day before, they talk about all the concusses,
Yep.
or concussions, as we call them these days.
Oh, shit. Oxymorin.
Oxymoron. So anyway, I get up. I
Drink.
can't even see the
Okay,
fucking
drink up.
scoreboard anymore. I think it was 2-1 at that point, and then it just went downhill from there. But that's all.
From
It's just,
there.
just a story about soccer is all I'm saying, just to relate it back to the panel.
I don't know why she told that story, Katie, but I'm going to give the floor back to you.
Yep. Okay. It was a Minnesota
Christ.
moment.
Yeah, I got
Oh, for
concussed.
Christ.
It was a
I
Minnesota
was concussed.
I felt like Lake Wobegon all of a sudden.
Oh
my
my
God,
God, Jackass.
yes.
You want me to sing like Garrison Keillor?
I actually
Every
love
now
Garrison
and
Keillor.
again.
You and Clayton can
I
join that
love
bandwagon.
it.
I know.
I'm a
I
fan.
hate him. Ugh.
So, what's really anyway, there were just a lot of really bad tweets. I mean, just hard for what's his faces to take, for the Brazilians to take. Like, Brazil is so bad, even the blind are scoring. 2-0, blind the scorer, not just Brazil. Blind defending from Brazil. Blind scored and Brazil saw it coming. Blind because Brazil was blind. Anyway, sad stuff for Brazil. When you listen to them talk about it on their national news network, they were fucking pissed. And like, I couldn't understand.
yeah.
I couldn't actually understand what they
The
were saying, and they were
Brazilians
like,
were mad?
"Oh yeah,
Oh,
they
yeah.
were translating stuff." It was actually hysterical. They were talking about how this team was. I mean, it's intense. Like this team
they
was
were
a
mad at the team.
Oh yeah.
What about the coach?
Oh yeah, the coach. The coach was it,
Right,
not the
right.
team. It was
Well,
not the
didn't
players.
didn't the coach resign?
He should
well,
have.
he's gonna get like run out of the country.
No,
if he
I think
hasn't already.
I think if you look it up, I think I saw it in my headline.
They were
that he
talking
resigned.
about how he was a national disgrace,
Oh,
like
yeah.
get out of the country.
That was
I mean,
after the first 9-0 or whatever.
7-1,
loss.
and then they lost
third
their asses.
place.
Yeah, to get fourth place. It was just. I mean, it feels sad
Yes.
for the guy.
His name was Luis Felipe Scolari. He actually resigned after the World Cup was over.
and then he
resigned.
moved to like somewhere else.
anywhere,
Alaska.
Anywhere.
maybe Germany.
Yeah, literally. They'll welcome him with
Now
open arms.
coaching. No.
Anywhere but
He's not.
Brazil. They fucking hate him. So anyway, that was happening. So one more kind of exciting thing for soccer is that it's, we've gotten a lot of new fans, right?
totally.
In the United States, which is really exciting because it's always been kind of one of those like sports we don't really watch and pay
Unless
attention
it's
to.
the Olympics.
But
Unless it's
everybody,
the Olympics.
it seems
or
like
the World Cup. But
everybody kind of
yeah.
had the World Cup fever. Well, it seemed as though a
Yeah.
lot of people had the World Cup fever this year
yeah,
watching
where
it.
I haven't really noticed that.
Before.
in
Right.
the past.
And it's every 4 years, correct?
Yep.
Got it. Okay.
Right.
good.
So Tim Howard is our keeper on our team, and
He
and
fucking worked his ass off.
Wow, because he defended 15 some odd goals
Right.
in their game, which was a World Cup record,
Right.
and really, really amazing. So even though they lost,
But obviously disappointed because he's
Right.
like, who
You-
gives a shit about that?
Katie, you happened to miss that week when Aaron filled in for
Oh,
you.
yeah.
That, and I made the comment because
Aaron missed that week too.
Well, kind of. That
I heard
the
that.
day
I
'cause
resemble that
the
remark.
the game where he had defended all of those goals was a Tuesday, and I was in the East Valley working for a client, and I had it on ESPN radio in the car. I listened to it as I was driving from Scottsdale over here, sat in the car, waited for a moment, ran inside, turned it on the TV. I've never in my fucking life have ever done anything with sports like that.
Sure.
Unless it was a halftime where Diana Ross is being flown in a helicopter in and out of ASU Stadium.
Right.
Other than that, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
That's the first time ever that I have given any crap about a sports thing that was happening. And it was the day that he was defending all of those goals and they went into overtime. Yes. You know, it all panned out. It all worked, whatever. But anyway, I was totally enthralled with it.
it's pretty cool. There was
And they're hot.
Yeah, they are. They're good looking guys, and so everyone's kind of hopeful, in the football soccer world that
Football.
it'll catch
Football.
on a little bit more here. But
I think it will.
There were actually 10 facts on CNN, 10 facts about Tim Howard that you need to know, and a couple of them are pretty cool. He's
Go.
anti-fur. He's a big PETA spokesperson.
I am a PETA member. I can relate to the story now.
Al
Yes,
just,
right?
Al just
I
threw
think I'm
up in
tuned-
P-Town.
I think
That's
I'm just-
all.
So
back
he
out
is
now.
a big time veg and anti-fur.
A
et cetera.
vag? She's a vag?
A veg.
And not a veg.
So he's
It's Satan's
he is a
vag.
complete vegan?
Thunder
Well, I don't know. He's a
cunt.
vegetarian.
Okay.
He's a
Me?
super PETA guy. He lives with Tourette's syndrome, which is interesting.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I just wrote down Tourette's.
She wrote down Tourette's and pointed at you, and I was like,
She
Katie
knows
has
me?
Tourette's?
Yeah, no.
What the fuck? Shitty shit.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. So many know it as
Ball
a
liquor.
swearing disease, apparently, but only 10% of people with Tourette's actually swear uncontrollably.
I had 2 students this year with Tourette's. 2 in the same class.
Ball liquor.
I love that movie.
Wait, what is that
Oh
from?
my God, Amy Poehler is so
the one
funny.
with the
Deuce Bigelow.
Bigelow,
Oh, yeah,
male
yeah,
gigolo.
yeah.
God damn, that's funny.
So he also scored a goal
Stupid.
once, although he's been a
Stupid.
keeper for his entire career. He one time scored a goal. A couple of other things are cool. And also they call him the modern Jesus, which is amazing. Someone actually, this is hysterical. Someone actually tweeted after the United States lost, it said, difference between Tim Howard and Jesus? Jesus had 11 guys he could trust. But
Okay.
Wah, 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 wah,
Hang on, we gotta play
I
it.
like it.
So anyway, it was fun to watch the World Cup. Congratulations, Germany, and all of the above. So
I'm actually gonna miss it because what I would do is I would just put it on the big flat screen in the living room.
Right?
All day,
Yeah.
and
just have it
other
was
music was on.
entertaining, yeah.
Right, other music was on, but I would just walk through as I would walk through the living room. They'd do a shot of this guy and a shot of that guy and a shot of that guy.
you just wanted the
I
eye
just did
candy.
shots all day.
Eye candy.
Richard just said the only reason he tolerates soccer is because the guys are hot.
They really are.
That's Richard. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Kelly and I can even both agree. Like the guys are they're good looking. They're just a good looking group of guys.
There's a lot of
Now,
hot boys.
I'm going to pay for this shit later.
No,
That's
Jodie
okay.
Foster doesn't play, honey. You can't watch her playing
Yeah.
soccer.
But the girls
Sorry.
are good looking also.
Wait, what, is there
Megan
is-
Rapone.
wait, is there-
Rapone.
There's a girls soccer.
Yes.
Where is
Stop
it?
it.
What's? I know. I swear to God.
The girls
Is there
without
really?
offense.
Until you got to
Like,
this
girls
show, I didn't know
without
about
offense.
WNBA.
Watch us be on the same team.
Yeah.
The girls are
Go
better
girls soccer.
than the boys.
And they're fucking also
Who is
hot.
this? Who is
like
this?
Megan Rapone, who was in the
Mia
body
Hamm?
issue.
Mia Hamm,
Aaron, if you
Brandy
Google-
Chastain back in the day,
Yes.
she's the one
ripped
that
off
ripped
the
off her shirt.
Boom shakalaka.
When she
shakalaka.
scored the goal in extra. Done.
Yeah, women's soccer.
And it's not only because
soccer
of,
players
like,
are just
really?
hot.
Ew.
Just
Which
soccer.
one?
That Rapone person.
Megan
Who's her
Rapone.
phone? Let me see it.
Megan,
oh, the one who
M-E-G-
came out.
No,
I'm not a
she's
fan.
so cute, and she was
Who
just
did-
in.
who are you all
She was
snoopling
just
about?
in the
No,
body
say
issue.
it.
She's a blonde.
She was in the body issue of ESPN this year, and she looks ridiculously hot.
Who did you
See,
say?
now, differ.
Yeah.
Not a fan, but and now maybe even not today at all. But Mia Hamm, Brandy Chastain.
Even that
Brandy
other
Chastain looks a
girl?
little worn.
Who's the other keeper that we had
that
on
a
our team who is actually just been arrested for
Oh,
domestic
yeah, yeah,
abuse
but
against
no,
her
that's
sister?
Hope
and-
Solo?
That's Hope Solo. She was on
She
Dancing with the
stands out with
Stars.
the
But she's hot. I mean, they're hot.
Oh God, I disagree with that
Oh,
one.
I think
I'm
so.
gonna actually disagree.
that's
I think
not
that if
real.
she stands still and doesn't speak,
I gotta
she's
Google her.
okay.
She also moves like a
Need to
horse.
Google her.
yeah, she's
really not a good dancer.
when she's in uniform.
I didn't watch her.
She did. Again, I'm a lesbian.
No,
Uniform.
She
So it's
did
about the uniform.
She did. Oh, note to self. She did a dance to a song from Rent,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's burned in my brain how
bad
bad it
it
was.
was.
Oh no.
Yeah,
And it, like,
really, it's true.
Now I'm gonna have to Google that.
Ruined.
No, it really is bad.
I need to Google it.
Painful. She really. For
Oh,
being
I
so
just posted a
coordinated.
link on our chat room.
Oh, fuck.
I just posted a link of girls hot girls in soccer. And I don't know
Oh,
if
see,
that's
there you go.
I don't
Nice.
know-
And the thing is, oh God, I can't even.
You've
Oh,
got to be
Jesus.
kidding me.
That's the first thing that came up, and I wasn't sure.
Did you look at it yet,
No, I
ladies?
didn't.
Just
Go
they're,
ahead.
they're naked.
no, they're not.
I'm not naked.
They're painted.
I mean, they are hot girls in soccer.
I'm
God, I
gonna say that the
disagree.
one on the right, no, and the one on the left, kind of buck-toothy. But I'm a big girl, so maybe I got nothing to say. Now, what
Your girlfriend's sitting right next to you.
You're all welcome.
That's what I just said.
You're welcome.
Bubba butt.
Well,
my
bu- bu-
show.
bu- bu-
It's-
butt.
It's my show.
Bubba
You're
butt.
welcome.
It's
Okay,
well done.
so here, moving along in
girlfriend's
sports.
jealousy
Go ahead.
issues.
Thank you, Katie. Keep going.
Moving along, big day for Major League Baseball today.
Yeah, yay, gay.
Right? It was a very big day. 1 year ago, MLB issued a policy prohibiting players from harassing and discriminating against other players based on sexual orientation. The commissioner, Bud Selig, appointed former outfielder Billy Beane, who is a very popular name in baseball, as the first ambassador for inclusion is his new title. Announcement was made today at the Fan Fest following the town hall chat. And this was all happening in Minneapolis.
Nice.
Bud Selig and
right.
Billy Beane were accompanied by Luther Burke. I don't actually
I don't
know
know
this.
who that is.
The sister of late former Major League outfield Glenn Burke. I don't know that.
I thought you were gonna say Delta.
I was thinking anyone
Yeah.
else that I maybe
Because
know.
that black guy died from that show.
Yes.
Oh yes, he did. Yeah, we talked about that.
Misak Taylor. We talked about
Misak
yesterday.
Taylor.
Yeah.
I was administering help to the dog.
So what's really cool is that Billy Beane he will provide guidance and he's also publicly out, which we've known since '99. Provide guidance and training related to his efforts in support of LGBT community. He'll develop educational training initiatives against sexism, homophobia, and prejudice, and he'll be present at major industry events and
Now,
things like that.
To our knowledge, and I haven't really followed, but I don't think anybody from MLB has come out, right? Nobody.
No current day
Right. Not now.
players
Yeah.
are open. There are some retired players, including Billy Beane. One of the things that I thought was really neat, and I might not phrase, I won't get the quote right, but that I saw today
Paraphrase, if you will.
It said that, and Bud Selig had come out and said that this is Jackie Robinson's sport, and we owe this to where this sport came
That's
from.
a very good
that
analogy.
we are
That-
open and inclusive at every turn.
Everyone.
Right.
So
if you can
every-
play,
Love that.
well, wait. What was it from? Was it from football or was it from basketball? Where the somebody came and said, if you can play ball,
Hockey.
was it hockey? If you can
If
play, you can play.
Right.
So
and I
fuck
brought
it.
that thing and it was
Who gives a shit?
amazing.
What?
Yeah.
I don't care what you do. As
Yeah.
long if you can come out and swing a bat, hit a ball, and
Nobody
not
gives a shit.
Who cares?
And so it's
Right.
interesting. He just kind of said, anytime if there's a curve that we have to round, then we will round it. We're gonna continue to adapt. So really exciting. They have updated their workplace code of conduct, and it's just a very, very cool thing. So go Major League Baseball.
Absolutely.
And they're certainly not ahead of the
That's
curve.
not an oxymoron.
No, it's definitely not an
ding,
oxymoron.
ding,
But they're
ding,
not ahead of the curve,
almost out of
but
booze.
they are adapting really well without having an openly gay player that they have to are faced with.
I feel like the more that it's gone on, obviously we've been through this with NFL. Chloe was and you had
She has a story, yeah.
There are so many other things. I mean, the NHL dealt with it. We've gone through with NFL, right?
Well, yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
with
never-
NFL.
so many other things.
Now because of the new guy that came out, Michael.
Sam?
Thank you. Who's with the Rams?
So
That is
don't
the
you
first open.
don't you feel that we are getting and I don't mean tomorrow, and I don't mean next week, but doesn't it really feel like we're getting really close to the who fucking cares?
Yeah.
Well, and that's where we need to get to. There's always
Right.
going to be the step back.
No, there's always a redneck in the crowd.
There
I ain't gonna
is.
watch no fucking sports when them queers is
Right.
playing.
And then go away.
By the way,
That's a good impression.
next week on Crime Scene Footage.
I want that character to come back, please.
But seriously, there are always going to be. I mean, there are people, and as
There are still people that don't like black people.
Right.
There are
Yeah.
still people
I mean,
that don't like
that's real clear.
interracial couples.
Oh,
right.
But
Interracial.
But don't you feel that we're? I mean, it's crazy. In the past, I would even say in the past 2 to 3 years,
Yes.
we have gotten the
It's
hurdles.
because of our show.
No, it's not. But
Singularly.
But it's.
Yeah,
but I think it's
I know.
insane that the
No.
hurdles that have been cleared
Yeah.
in, like, even when I go to like the HRC events and the other things, when I see it, it just becomes like, who cares?
Yeah.
So, as someone who interacts with youth of America, which is a frightening fact, I have noticed a huge trend in the fact that, especially during election years, I can't talk my political views, but we certainly discuss both sides and we look at current events. And the way
That's got to be. I would think
which
that'd
is
be
so
very
important.
hard to do.
I'm so glad you
during
do
the
it.
last election, it was really difficult because I scrapped social studies curriculum for 2 months and did only election, and we did.
Wow, Erin,
we
that's
researched
really
into
cool.
we researched into
and
every
she
topic,
did it
both
very,
sides.
very respectfully. Of
I
both
have
sides.
to.
No, but
it-
good for you.
Oh, thank
Mitt
you.
Romney,
Right.
kids. Come on
Seriously.
in. Let's learn about
and,
Bubba.
and then we did a big kids voting thing, and we set up election. It was really fun. Anyway,
That is so cool.
Yeah, it was really fun. But I've noticed that gay rights is not an issue for these kids. They're like,
They don't
whatever.
care.
They don't care.
They're
And when
people.
you talk to kids, like if they say there's kind of a thing in 6th grade, if any kid says like that's so gay, the teacher will send them to me to talk to them about it because they know I have the words, not because I'm gay, but because I have the words to talk to them about. Like, pick another word and what did you really mean? And
Well, and she has like a safe place. The
yeah,
no
the safe
bullying
space,
zone,
the glisten
Oh,
safe
your-
space
your-
around my
your
door.
homeroom is?
Yeah. And
Okay.
so it's
Do they still have homerooms? I don't understand how school works
kinda.
anymore.
similar-ish.
but I have a safe space sticker on my classroom, and they
cool.
come in. Yeah, and they really like. Oh, I didn't even think about that. You're right. Okay, bye. Like, it's not even an issue.
And
remember
all they
when
have
we
to
were
do is
going
be
to
called
Leslie
on it. Oh my God, they just need to be called on it now.
And they're like,
and
"Oh,
then
yeah,
they're
you're
like,
right."
oh, you're
That's
right. I
right.
shouldn't say it.
Right.
And it's calling them on it early.
Right.
To where it doesn't become an ingrained part of the vocabulary.
Sure.
It's
2 words not allowed in my classroom. Gay and retarded. You slip and you say shit. I'll let it
Al
go.
can't come in.
Right.
Yeah, I'll let it go if you swear in my classroom. But
Just
you
kidding,
say
Al.
gay or retarded as anything other than their actual purpose.
And or a diagnosis.
Fuck you, you're out.
So what else is really interesting?
Sorry,
and
I
Marnie
just
sent me
got us
this.
off task.
But it's all kind of
I'm
like
Al playing the part of Al
it's all
tonight.
engaged. It's always
Nope,
the same
you'd
stuff.
have used
That
it all differently.
that Chris Cluey has threatened to actually sue the Vikings
Yeah, I
over
heard this.
allegations of
Yeah.
anti-gay conduct. Yeah, I just got this article from Marn, so thank you.
love Chris Cluey.
Of course, Chris Cluey is no longer with the Minnesota Vikings.
He's no longer with anyone
That's
that I'm aware of.
wah. That's on.
No, 'cause he went
wah.
Told you.
He went to
California.
the Raiders.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then I believe not with anyone,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken.
Well,
Go
we
ahead.
hope he
I'm
gets
so sorry.
He's the
Ends up
ultimate,
somewhere.
ultimate free agent.
He can kick tennis balls for Rocky the Chase.
He's going to actually just have a lawsuit, and hopefully
Yeah.
that will go really well. He's suing the team over allegations of anti-gay conduct by
Yeah.
the coach.
Yeah.
He's seeking an internal investigation. They accuse the Vikings of reneging on a pledge to release a report that was done. Their internal investigation, they're not releasing it. The Vikings hired outside lawyers to examine Cluey's claims that special teams coordinator Mike Prefer used slurs and taunts to try to quash Cluey's outspoken support for gay marriage.
When he was still with the team.
Right. Of course, this Prefer denied the allegations. Cluey was cut in May of 2013 after 8 seasons, and he felt, I believe, that it was because some of it had to do with his outspoken nature.
He also wasn't doing as well. I mean, just to point out, like, to play
Well,
Well, that's what I mean.
fair.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
as a
it wasn't
player-
entirely that, but it
he
had
wasn't
something to do
doing
with it.
Poorly, he
Right.
just wasn't doing as well as he had. So I think they were able to.
And isn't that the same
argument
comeback
or-
argument that they had with why can't I think of his name? The other dumbass.
Ian Bidet?
Oh,
no.
Ian Brendan. Oh.
No, the the other player who just was all about Jesus and all that shit.
Oh, Tim Tebow.
Tebow.
Okay.
The same thing, because when his
Yeah, but suck it, because I don't want to talk
'Cause all
about
of a
Jesus.
sudden-
Gay rights, yay, Jesus.
right, no, but I'm saying, but,
Jesus was gay rights.
Hold on.
right, because
that's
everybody
true.
was on
Jesus
board
loved
with
the
him,
gays.
but when his player status changed because his stats went down, it's like it's not because of Jesus, it's because you're
don't
not
play
playing
well.
as
Play
safe.
well, right?
And he was
the-
bringing a lot of
Does
controversy.
the baby
But
have
the hard
defects
part
from
was
the
that
narcotics?
when you have
Prove
Chris
it.
Cluey, and who plays well, who just happens to stand and be very articulate. Perhaps I'm a little biased on all of the things, but then you have Tim Tebow, who I'm Jesus-y, so everybody can let that part go. I'm not trying to be an ass.
You're not crazy.
But no, but you have Tebow. He just was not a good player. Like, I'm not even kind of making that up.
So how did he get, aside from the Jesus, how did he get to the, because was he a kicker?
No, he's a quarterback.
Remember, he'd pray. He'd go down.
He got into there, like, he played well-ish.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden,
So
it
that's what brought him
became-
to the height, was all the
Yeah.
Jesus stuff.
And then he got
A fictitious character that may or may not be believed in by some people who believe that book.
Yahweh.
Oh, that's
So,
good. That's good.
When
Definition.
when all of a sudden Tebow would go, and there were a lot of, ironically, oxymoron, Hail Marys that were
Right.
thrown, truly. And people were catching him. Tim Tebow is Jesus. No. Really, he's not.
Yeah.
He just happened to have good people
Around
you know what I'm saying?
him.
So,
Gotcha.
anyway, digress. But they are two totally different kind of things. Statistically, his stats were okay coming out of Denver.
But
Right.
clues are still good.
Clues were still good. They
Better
just gone
than-
down. Better than good.
But you know, there are also other players who people think are great that get cut for whatever reason. I mean,
whatever
it's just
reason.
it sucks.
Yeah.
But either way, he's standing up for not his career, but like here's what was like done wrong while I was there.
That's
Let's
right.
talk about it.
Because that guy's a douchebag.
Yeah.
That
The
coach.
special teams
Oh.
coach. So
He really
here's
is.
something that's kind of exciting. You know, so obviously there's always a first, right? And I found information about the first black woman that ever won Olympic gold.
I'm loving this.
Has died.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah,
I
she
didn't-
passed
I'm not
away.
loving she
No,
died.
no. It's okay. It's okay.
the,
She was
the Rosa
90.
Parks of the Olympics.
There you
It's
go.
really true. So she was a track and field star, Alice Coachman. She was actually, there's a photo of her here doing, looks like high jump. In 1948, she was the first black woman to win a gold medal in the Olympic Games. She was 90 when she died. So really like great life, right?
Did you say Alice Coachman?
Alice
it.
Coachman.
I'm looking her up right now.
Oh yeah, she won her gold medal in the high jump at the
Oh,
Summer
I
Games
see
in
her.
London. Alice literally set the bar with her accomplishments at the 1948 Games, but the Olympic champion is only part of her incredible legacy. It says that she inspired generations of athletes to be their best, and she will be missed. Kind of just talks a little bit about her college career and her family, and ultimately just she's a history maker. And so
I like that her shirt in a lot of these shots from yesteryear is because she's from Tuskegee.
yeah.
Or, excuse me, she went to Tuskegee
and
University.
she has that shirt.
And I also think of the Tuskegee Airmen, who were a black corps of aviators during World War II.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't realize that, but that's very cool.
But very cool lady. So we honor the legacy that you set, Alice Coachman. So
Well
Elena
done, Alice.
Deladon was
Yeah.
the number 2 pick in the WNBA draft last year. Number 2 only to Brittany Griner, and actually had a far superior rookie year than Brittany did, and she plays for Chicago Sky.
You saying that, and you love Britney, so
And
I know that's gonna pain you to say that.
I do. I love Brittany, but Elena, one of the things last year that a lot of fans were kind of rumbling about is, God, we should have picked her. You know, she was the number 2 pick, but she really far surpassed Brittany. Now, in this second year, Brittany has really risen to the occasion and is outscoring and is like crazy.
Found her
and,
stride.
Found her stride. Yeah. And I think last year it was a lot of like celebrity mixed with first year. She was totally doing the celebrity thing. And she's definitely found a happy medium.
And you certainly can't take away from the fact that whether or not she was playing as well, she brought the celebrity to it, and she brought a lot of focus to the sport and to the WNBA that was not there previously.
A lot of focus, a lot of attention, a lot of really incredible gay
You
rights
notice how I talk more on the
issues?
show when Al's not here? I don't know if anybody else noticed that.
Yeah,
I just did.
it's good. I like it.
Continue
I like
on.
it.
I talked a lot
I
more before you
remember
started
you
talking about
now.
sports.
But a
Me
lot
too.
but she is the face of the Nike Be True campaign.
True.
And which has spread across not only the WNBA but a lot of other sports. So anyway, Brittany's great. Elena Deladon, anyhow, if you ever are interested, Google her personal story. It's really, really it's fantastic. She is sidelined indefinitely with Lyme disease. So she got Lyme
Get that from a
disease.
mosquito or a tick or something?
Yeah.
Usually
a tick, a deer tick.
She got it in college. I didn't realize this, but there were a couple of pieces of the season when she played in college that she was out, and she showed up to a recent game against Connecticut and said, "I'm great. I can do this. I can play." And her coach noticed that she was had noticed that she had been sick. She was real sluggish during the game. Anyway, she scored 13 points in this loss. She wasn't feeling well. She was checked into the hospital, and it was a recurrence of Lyme.
So Lyme disease will lay dormant for
I think it's
however many years.
It's my understanding that it is.
Is it once you get it, you've got it, and it can lay dormant and reoccur?
Yeah, that's my understanding of Lyme disease.
I didn't realize that.
Yep, that you get it, and yeah, it's like it's an autoimmune thing. I think is that you can have it forever and not be affected, or you can have kind of recurrences, and perhaps it's because she is so rough on her body. I don't know, but.
Wow.
It's real. She's an amazing player. She was just nominated to the WNBA All-Stars, which is happening on Saturday here in Phoenix.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Brittany Griner.
Really?
I didn't know that.
Yep, Brittany Griner is an All-Star for the West, Diana Taurasi, and also Candace Dupree. So 3 girls from our team. It's going to be an incredible game. There's a big fan fest on Friday, the 18th. Downtown with player appearances and live music and all kinds of stuff in front of the U.S. Area Center. And then the game is this Saturday, the 19th at 12:30.
And so obviously there's 2 teams because one can't play by themselves.
East and West.
So I was just going to ask, is it East and West?
It's East
and
and
what's
West.
the dividing line?
I don't actually know, because if you look at Chicago plays for the East, but Minnesota plays for the West, and
that's an
I guess
odd.
Minnesota is over farther in the West.
It's closer to Illinois, which I always forget. I always think it's over the.
I always think that I
it's
picture
right on top of
Wisconsin.
us.
That's what
I know.
Yeah.
Me too. Same thing.
Yeah, but so kind of Midwest area. There's not clearly obviously as many WNBA teams as NBA, so
This is one game. It's not. It's
One
like
game.
2 out of 3.
Nope.
It's a one game.
It's just one game. It's really just
One
like
day.
a fun fan thing. I actually am. The tickets are really cheap. If anyone that's listening is interested in going,
You said it's Saturday?
It's Saturday the
At US
19th,
Airways?
12:30.
If there are cheap tickets to be had, it's got to be Rick Springfield on Saturday, right, honey?
Oh, is he happening on Saturday?
Rick Springfield, Pat Benatar. What?
But not at 12:30 in the afternoon, right?
No,
because that's the WNBA.
So you could go to
All-Star game.
I will. Okay, I swear to Jesus.
Yeah,
and she believes in him.
And I do believe in Jesus.
I do too. Occasionally.
Thank you. Well,
Don't
anyway.
give me the face,
No,
Jesus.
I didn't mean it like that.
Don't use that
Anyway,
name. You can't.
yeah.
Use that. I
Sorry.
mean, I say "Oh my
Tickets to
God"
that
all the time.
concert?
I don't really mean
Yeah.
it.
I say, oh my God, all the
At
time.
least 2.
Oh.
Yep.
I will sit there. I will wear all the WNBA
Yeah.
gear. I will cheer like a mofo.
If-
You have no idea if I have tickets to that concert.
Oh. Well, I don't
By
have
the
them,
way,
so
or a free ticket just to that,
Wait.
and I'll go.
So
and
wait.
I'll do that.
So wait. You don't
Just
have tickets to Rick Springfield?
No.
Because
Why?
her girlfriend sucks.
No, I don't think that. Aren't they still available? I can't believe they're
I
sold
don't know.
out.
Her girlfriend
suck.
doesn't get paid all summer.
They're still available. They're just more
expensive.
It's not. It's not like Elvis came back. It's Rick Springfield.
I love him.
I know you do.
That's all.
Oh, I can't go for that. Ooh.
Oh, I get
That's
that.
Okay, wait. I have
I get-
one more quick thing that's really interesting.
Pat Benatar is still alive, Richard?
Okay.
So Pope Francis, everybody know him?
I've heard of him.
Oh, yeah.
He has a lovely
Yeah,
dress.
yeah.
Isn't he in Italy?
He actually says that immigrant children must be welcomed and protected. He confronted the racist and xenophobic attitudes that often face undocumented
welcome,
immigrants by
Stephen.
addressing the thousands of unaccompanied children included in their ranks. He says this is a humanitarian emergency that requires as a first urgent measure that these children be welcome and protected. He then goes on, but I just thought it was really, I mean, he spoke quite
Well, they're not running into Italy. He doesn't care.
You know, I agree. I thought it was really interesting, though, because traditionally, members of the Catholic Church, while largely Hispanic, also tend to be conservative.
Yes.
And I was surprised. I mean, it's, when you talk Catholic Church and gay marriage,
like
you're
your
really, they're
Jesus
really
Christ.
kind of against you. So it was interesting to hear him talk about this. I feel personally really torn on the issue because I feel like they're youth and it is a humanitarian issue, but also at what point do we draw the line?
Oh, you have to. I feel that you have to draw
Like,
the line.
at what point do you draw the fucking line?
Well, and when it comes to things, and they can't, the folks that are attempting to come into the country can't do anything about this, but they're coming in with lice running down their face. They're coming in with all kinds of other
with major health issues.
And now, again, that's not their fault. That's not their fault. But, and it's not like, no, go away, little boy, because you have lice running down your face. But to bring that in and have it become a
health issue for the
health
United
issue
States.
here, yeah.
Aaron?
Please.
Why don't we kick all the people out of the country who don't agree with us? And then the people who do agree with us will be here and we will vote on a socialized medicine program. And
Yep,
then all these
I
people
like
who
it.
are coming in, we can treat their lice. And then we won't
Send
have
them
any
back.
fucking crazy thunderball cunt bags.
Yeah.
What was it? Shit.
Cunt bag Thunderbuck.
That
That wasn't shit. That wasn't it.
Whatever
No.
it was, kick
No
them the fuck
candy.
out.
Bunting
I'm gonna
bug.
put lice in their head and send Michael Vick with them. Done. Aaron out.
What the fuck was that?
Hey everybody, guess what? That's it for Sports and Stuff.
Now here's Dave.
Hey, I have the question.
What?
We all do.
I have he texted all of us?
Yes.
I thought he just texted to me.
No.
Nope, but I
I'll
did
pretend
text
I'm
him
out.
back and say, so I need his answer.
You know what I need to find out about? Hang on. Let's see if I can do this.
It's a really interesting one that I've actually given a little thought to here. I don't have an answer yet, but Aaron, do you want to go first?
No, because I'm out.
Wait, we're not there. We're not there.
Clayton,
That's not how this
Clayton,
works.
you
That's not how any of this works.
Oh my God, yes, I need like a.
And you know what
an Obama
sucks?
fist bump.
You know what
I love
sucks? I totally. Hang on.
God, that's a favorite commercial.
Clayton,
Hang
what
on.
color are your eyes?
Brown.
Stephen Brown. Cajun.
What?
Color your eyes?
Hazel.
Owls are brown.
Hazel.
He had asked about
owls
owls.
too.
and
Steven
they're-
wants to
they're
know eye
beautiful
color.
brown.
Oh yeah, Hazel.
Hang on a minute. I gotta find.
Thank you for
Yeah.
your
Briggity
description
Brown.
of mine, babe.
It was. I
my girls are beautiful.
I
Brown.
didn't save. I didn't.
Cow brown. I have big cow
Oh
eyes.
God, they're gorgeous, beautiful. Well,
I love
maybe
big
don't
eyes.
say
You
like
have-
that.
you
But you look beautiful.
You have two of them.
Just make them
I
as
do,
wide as
too.
possible.
Wait, there's a cat that lives in my yard that looks like that. Like this and big ears. Sorry.
Gargamel.
And it shits in my yard. It smells.
I don't know what you're. I'm trying to.
Nobody knows.
I'm trying to queue up something. I waited. I actually made this an audio clip to use, and I forgot to transfer it over to this. But I love this. Just cracks me the hell up.
More than that in half the time. I unfriend you. That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works.
That's the best.
I cracked every.
Works. That's not how any of this works.
I love it so much.
That's not how it works. That's not how
Any of this works.
Awesome.
It's my favorite
That's
commercial.
not how it works. That's not how any of this works.
Do you know that they
just
have
love
the
it.
new one is the woman standing on the roof going, "I need a roofer."
Oh,
and
God,
I
I
love
hate
that it's
that woman.
equally, but I love that
that.
it's equally as simple when the neighbor lady goes, "Oh, that's just not how this works."
Yeah,
it's the same
yeah.
If you don't know what I'm
That's
talking about,
insurance.
if you're outside the United States, you don't know what I'm talking about. I just posted
God,
the
it's
link
funny.
to that
It is a
commercial.
funny ass.
on
my
our
favorite
message page.
favorite.
It
I
is
just uninvite you from my wall.
Yeah.
That's
I
not how this
unfriend
works.
you.
I unfriend you.
I
not how
unfriend
any of
you.
this
I unfriend you, she says.
I like that picture.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, I like that's my
unfriend
favorite
you.
picture.
Let's see if Siri can. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna play the. Shit. Oh, we're not gonna worry with the crossover. We'll just deal with it. We're gonna go to our because you're done with sports, other stuff. Anybody got anything else you want to bring up?
And now.
Nope.
No.
No, you're good.
Thank
Oh,
you.
wow, was that your voice?
Yeah.
I thought that was real.
And
Nice
now.
job.
Thanks.
What the hell is
I've
that?
often wanted to do voiceover work. Anyone have any
Well,
voiceover?
she got a.
I just
she
got
just
like
got proposition
maybe
for it.
hired for it.
She did.
Come do it with me. Yeah.
Here we go.
Okay, you're in.
What is
Somebody
it like
told me
animal
once-
ones?
Somebody told me once.
Can
that,
we get to talk for animals? Because that'd be so fun.
that I
know
had
what
a
it is
sex,
exactly.
Somebody
Yeah, I
told me
would
once
love
I had
to.
a sex phone voice.
Stand by. Here we go with our
Hi,
final
this is
segment of
Erin.
tonight's show, and it goes
What are you
something
wearing?
like this.
And now, thoughtful vulgarity, where we, in the studio, try to make ourselves slightly less shallow, which is not hard to do. We will ask one question of the panel and have them try to answer it while fucked up drunk. Because you know at home how well it goes when an important question comes up 90 minutes after alcohol has been served. Politics, religion, why not? You're fucked up. What could possibly go wrong? Who could you offend? You've been warned. Good luck.
What makes you feel sexy, no matter what?
I thought maybe
Number
Siri.
5 alive.
That was.
Oh my god.
Don't do the ET voice. I hate the I hate the ET voice.
This is a question
Hell yeah.
text to me from Al Perkins. We'll do it again with Siri asking the question.
What makes you feel sexy, no matter what?
Okay, so typically we start with Marnie.
Yeah.
But tonight we're gonna start with Aaron because
Wait.
what?
This is
Did
not
Al
the
tell you
correct
to start with
chair
that?
No,
placement.
I just
Damn,
did that.
good for you.
I
Good
just
for
did
you.
it. Al didn't tell me shit other than the question.
Okay.
Love it.
What makes me feel sexy? How honest am I being with my girlfriend right next to me?
Please do, because I already have my answer.
Pretend she's not
She
here.
makes me feel sexy all the time. I feel especially this is a lot of information.
Go ahead.
I feel especially sexy when she tells me what underwear she wants me to wear, because sometimes she buys me sexy underwear and then she's embarrassed. She said go ahead and now she's embarrassed. And then she tells me what kind of underwear to wear and then it makes me feel sexy. And also
That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works.
Thank you, Katie Jean.
That's an oxymoron.
That's hot.
Anyway,
I love
that
it. I
makes
think
me
it's
feel
hot.
sexy. And
Yes.
I think I'm a little
Go
bit
on.
Also, my girl has the hots for me, and that makes me feel sexy. Also, I lost some weight this year, and that makes me feel sexy too. It makes me feel good. Ow! The end. But I do like when she knows what underwear I'm wearing. No one else does. Your turn, honey. Gross.
I don't
Chewing
know.
cut over there.
I don't know. I don't know where to go from there. Really, honest to God.
What? Yeah. Is it Katie Jones' turn?
No, it's yours still.
No, you said you were
Well,
ready.
We go in order.
Wanted to make sure.
Boom.
Well,
It's
yeah,
yours,
no,
Rachel Maddow.
Only
I don't know where I got that from.
the thinner, smarter version of Marnie.
No way.
If we ever get her to guest, we can have her
That'd
come
be
in. That'd be
fucking
fun. Wouldn't that be
awesome.
great?
Well, I don't know how.
You
fun it
gonna
would
call
be.
her
She'd have to
publicist?
be
How's that's gonna
fun.
happen? She'd be fun.
She might be able to call. We can take calls now.
Yay!
So what my answer was going to be was how she looks at me. As far as and not because she's here.
That's sweet.
Truly, not. Will you stop it? If Al
Vicky
had been
Gumbelson
here,
at the other end of the
Totally
I
table
would have
here.
said the same thing.
I do that 'cause she did it
I love
earlier.
I know, right?
Yeah.
But that would be, where how your partner looks at you and how your partner sees you. Certainly, typically would not be how you see yourself, and so that would be the easy answer. Days not like today when I fit into things other than I did
Stop.
today. That makes me feel good. But otherwise, it truly, and if there would be one other answer, and it's when it, for this room, it should make sense at least, but when I'm on. Mm-hmm. When I'm on and funny and people that don't know me and or not even funny, but just
On.
I
fell in love with you a whole fuckload of years ago. The way you were on in front of people.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
It's not how this
Sexy.
works. But in
not
truth,
how
What's
this
happening right now?
no, but I mean in truth,
She can't even look at me. She can't even look at me. She's so embarrassed.
That would be the third way that I would be like, there.
Sorry, I
That's
can't
not
do.
how this works.
I
It's
can't
not
do
how
two
any
audio
of this works.
shows. I can't do two audio sources at the
Anyway,
same time.
that's my answer.
That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works.
It's the best.
Awesome.
I have to invest in another audio source so I can do that at the same time.
Awesome. I love
I know.
it. KJ.
It's interesting because I
Can we get a hologram of Kelly to do
no,
her hair?
I actually really okay. So when you're talking about like my first thought was things that I just didn't think of that first, but I felt really sexy doing Dancing with the Bars. Like that was really fun to get dressed up in like a sexy dance outfit and like feel good about it, and that felt really great. But one of the things I thought, like, I think I feel sexy when I personally am like doing really like I'm good at something that I'm good at.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? And like
Totally.
I think that I would say I feel because I don't know that I feel sexy a lot.
Right.
You know, I just
understand
don't
that.
know that I do. Like, and I hate it actually when I wear like something. I look good when my hair is done. And I'm wearing something that's like flattering and I look cute, and I go out and like men ogle. That makes me feel everything but sexy.
I would say,
Gross.
case in point, when you and I went to the Pride Gala.
Yeah.
Oh, is that
When you and I were there.
most recent picture where you're laughing in that dress?
No. Yes. Oh, that
Stunning.
was fun.
Oh,
that was really
stunning.
fun.
I've not seen
Thanks.
that.
Oh, yes, you have.
That was
I'll
fun.
show you.
But like,
Stunning.
but going out like that, if I were to go to like the Pride Gala, I felt great and really good. If I were to have gone to the crack fries before to pick something up, like every man in
one by my
there,
house?
Yeah, come
Is
visit
that
my
what-
fries.
Yeah.
yeah, and every man in there,
Your house
including
or mine.
including
Yeah,
all of
right.
the employees, that they would have been ogling me, and that is like the least sexy
Oh, I love
thing
that.
in the world when like
I did.
disgusting
I saw
men
that,
stare at
yeah.
you. But I would say what my first thought, what I like
No,
feeling
that's
really
HRC
sexy.
Gala, different event.
Oh yeah.
I love that picture.
This picture is like
Oh,
my
I
favorite
love
picture
it.
of you ever.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's
this?
like my favorite picture. Yeah.
I just knocked my own head.
But
back.
I think that I feel really sexy when I'm like snow skiing. And when I'm really good at it, and
You're
like
Susie
I'm good.
Chapstick.
I feel really good about it. And so when I come off the slopes and like I just like had a
got
great
the
run and I have to go
wind
check
in- yeah.
and I pull off the helmet and I go in to like have a beer at the bar, like I'm feeling like a kind of a sexy beast at that point. You know, but it's
Yeah,
like
it's
it.
like
I know.
it's a lot to do with like how you just feel about yourself. Like I'm like, well, I basically kick ass at this. So what's up, everybody?
So that makes me sexy.
Or not even good at it. I've been yogaing lately, and when I leave you, I know I don't look like a single person in that room. I look like,
But you
I'm a hot
feel-
mess. But I leave, and I feel powerful and
strong and sexy. Yes.
Yeah.
I think you feel namaste.
Hate that fucking aura.
I fucking kind of do
hate
too.
that fucking aura. I hate it.
Sometimes we sing the word Om in yoga.
I
Go
don't-
ahead, Clayton. What makes you feel sexy?
I,
3 times.
A black V-neck.
I'm going to go with what Marnie said. I think when I'm on, if I'm hosting an event or if I'm, well, it's primarily when I host an event. Because I always wear the same things. So that doesn't matter. But when I come off stage and it's somebody acknowledges you were so funny, or you were so on, or you held it together, or you whatever the hell I was supposed to be
you did
doing.
such a good job.
If I did it and it came off well, like for example, in a couple weeks you mentioned Dancing with the Bars, which by the way, your trophy's gone. You haven't noticed that yet.
No, I just did, and I
By the
actually
way,
had a
I
little
noticed
tinge
that a
of like
little when I
sadness.
watched
Yeah, your trophy's gone.
It was here 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks.
Right,
2 weeks
but
ago.
they
Fuck
came-
Gary Guerin.
They came last week because you know what's not on that trophy? Your name.
Oh, that's true.
So they went to
It
put your
wasn't.
name on it.
Oh, good. Okay.
That's
And
sweet.
then it'll be presented to the next person.
Okay, good.
Yeah, so
I can handle that.
It's Gary has it. It's
Yeah,
it's
okay,
in Swaven's hands.
We have our tickets.
So anywho, it's. But I was gonna say like with Dancing with the Bars. So when that event is done, and we've hosted it, and I'm only assuming that it's going to go completely flawless and well because it has every other year.
Well, and it will. And I'm glad it's going to be you and Gary. It'll be really
Me,
fun.
Gary, and you, because you're gonna do the backstage stuff.
Funny.
Yeah.
Oh, seriously?
Oh, that's awesome. So
Fun.
there was something Gary put on your Facebook, whatever,
Oh,
and
yeah.
said, "Oh, I couldn't wait." Was
Yeah.
that what it was?
Oh, yeah.
The announcement,
Yeah.
because I didn't get a chance to watch it.
It was
That's
the
what I
video.
assumed.
It was the video. It's the promo video from this year.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet. Is that on
Yeah, it's
YouTube?
cute.
Is it online?
Yeah, Gary just posted it like last night.
Yeah,
I'll have to look
I was
it
gonna
up.
say I
Last
saw
night.
something.
So-
Yeah.
I saw this
Love
one.
it.
So no, but I agree. I think that's the thing. If you're on, or if you are really rapid fire with something and it's your deal, and people when you come off stage or they see you in the audience and they're like, oh my God, you're so funny, or you're so this, you're so that. I think to me that's when I feel the sexiest because it's not a look. It's really about that
Feeling.
You feel that,
Yep.
and when you have the
It's that adrenaline.
the room in your
Yeah.
hands, if you
Yeah,
will, of all
totally.
the, and you can hold that room, their attention, and whatever they're hanging on your word or whatever you say, and even if just the execution of segueing from something to something else works so well. To me that's just hot. Yeah. And I look at that when I see other people do that too. When I see somebody who really knows their game and knows what they're doing, or even hear it, and you watch it on TV and you see somebody who knows how to seamlessly go from one thing to another, and even though I think he's adorable, Mario Lopez is another one. He has it so well.
He's very good.
He has great writers
He was on over and over and over and over and over.
He was on when you turn the hotel TV on. It was him talking about movies, and it made me want to.
Kind of made
that was no AC Slater. That was fucking annoying.
But that's different because that's on a repeat. But like if you watch him live do something,
fast, quick.
He does very well, and he goes in and out of.
Or someone not as, no offense intended at all, as beautiful as, say, Mario Lopez, right? Beautiful looking.
Right.
But someone like Jimmy Kimmel, fucking seamless.
Right. Just boom,
John
boom,
Daly.
hit everything.
Seamless.
But when when I'm on at my best,
you don't look
like
Jimmy
the
Kimmel.
Sexiest. No, I
Not
don't
even
look like Jimmy
that.
Kimmel.
Good.
But it feels like a waste if she's not there to see me in that moment.
Sure, which is the makes you sexy kind of
and,
know what I mean?
And if I had someone, I'd probably feel the same way. But I don't.
Sure.
So,
But when you don't,
fuck off, Aaron.
oh Jesus, I
That's
didn't
what
even
he meant.
get that look. Tonight is Aaron's last
not how
appearance
it
on the
works.
show with Clayton McKee.
It's been good knowing you, Aaron.
Thanks.
Hey, thanks for coming. Don't let the door hit you in the ass.
Jeez.
yeah, that's not how this works.
You're an
Not
oxymoron.
how any of this
An
works.
oxymoron.
I'm a thunder cocking, sucking
Suck
cunt. Thunder juggling cunt.
Thunder something whatever.
Thunder cunt.
Thunder cunt.
Have we
What's the
managed to
first
make it
word?
through the entire show?
Cock
Oh, we're
juggling,
past it.
A cock juggling,
Thunder cunt.
Done.
And there you go.
And that's what makes me feel sexy.
Oh, you've managed to do it again. You've wasted 3+ hours listening to the show on Q Talk America. Thank you for doing so. We'd like to thank everybody who was in the chat room. We had Tomo, we had Richard, Stephen,
Harrison, who taught me a really good trick.
Meow Cow.
Thanks, guys.
Everybody,
Thanks for
what's
being
up?
with us.
So
What's
many
up
things
and what's
going
happening
on.
and hi.
Thank you all for being here. We will be here again next Tuesday. Same bat time, same bat station.
Is Al back?
Al is not back. We'll be back in 2 weeks. And don't forget, make plans. If you have something else you'd like to do on the 5th of August, do it because, well, we're going to be off the air that night. So it's all good. Oh, my God. We had a good show. Look at us. I feel like I talk more than normal.
Do you mean that we could make it without Al Perkins?
We'll figure it out.
I think that's an oxymoron.
We'd like to leave you with this final thought. We will
see you next Tuesday.
Show on Q Talk America.